are these people? These people.
It's federal drug trafficking across state lines that carries a mandatory minimum of 33 years. The $7,500 that we're trying to raise initially is to retain her lawyer, the one that did help secure her bail, and then we'll be able to have discovery.
Who are these people? Hi, everyone. This is Indy. Let me welcome our guests, Halo, Benson, and Aspen Martin.
This is Aspen, my daughter. When she went down to Nashville, apparently there was a little bit of tension on Tyler's girlfriend's behalf. And so Tyler told Aspen, hey, why don't you go to David's for a few days, and then we're going to go to this music festival. Him and his girlfriend, they sell her crochets, she has a hat, she makes stuffed animals, just really talented, actually. She's super good at it. And then Aspen had taken Aspen's an artist, so she had taken some prints of her artwork to be able to sell at this music festival. She went to his house because Tyler and Hannah didn't want her staying there. He was a complete gentleman.
Super respectful for sure.
Well, then they pulled out. Tyler and Hannah said they couldn't go to the music festival because she had a medical procedure. She had told Tyler, I don't want to go to the festival if you guys aren't going.
Full speech about how I always want to do stuff and live in the moment, and this was my opportunity, and blah, 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 and to not worry. And
Aspen didn't really want to go, but they were like, please, we really need the money. If you could go sell her stuff as well as your stuff, we'd really appreciate it, So Aspen rode with David in his RV from Tennessee down to Suwannee Music
in Florida. We stopped in because he got heat sickness real bad because the RV that we were traveling in didn't have AC unless it was plugged in. So we ended up getting a lot at an RV park in Georgia for the night and spent the night and slept up there.
They were pulled over.
And almost immediately they made us come out, and then they just started tearing it apart.
And Aspen was unaware that there were any drugs or that he partook of or any other drugs other than marijuana. They found a ton of Adderall, ketamine, Xanax, all sorts of other drugs. She didn't see him sell any drugs at all. David told the police officers right there, she don't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, honestly.
This is all my stuff. And then they arrested him, took him to jail. It doesn't matter that he claimed the drugs or that it was his RV or that he was driving. He told the magistrate as well, hey, she has nothing to do with this at all. She was completely unaware about this. And the magistrate even cautioned him, by saying this could impact your defense. And he was like, I don't care. I would like to speak to the investigators. She was just going to a music festival with me. When it was Aspen's turn, the judge asked her, how are you involved with this guy? And she was like, well, he is a friend of my friend. I just met him. He seemed nice, and he opened the folder, containing David's record, I guess, and was like, listen, this is what he does. He drives around to music festivals in a caravan selling drugs to people. This isn't his first time, getting in trouble for this. She didn't know at all. Aspen has no record. She's never even gotten a speeding ticket before. So I ended up being in Georgia for 2 weeks while she was in jail for 15 days. She was in the jail, and I, drove down to Georgia and pretty much lived in my vehicle for 2 weeks. When I found out there were other drugs, I, kind of freaked out on Tyler. You knew? How could you know and not tell us? And he literally said, he was like, if I had told her she wouldn't have went with me, she wouldn't have come. If they hadn't gotten pulled over, she would have never even known. Tyler literally told me, he was like, I didn't think she'd know this. he thought she'd be none the wiser.
It's an insane betrayal that somebody would do that to you. Because he's having trouble with his girlfriend, he tells you that you've got to go stay with some other dude that you guys don't really know. Like,
I just went because I missed my friend. When Tyler left, I didn't have anybody.
And Tyler is very, very aware of the particulars of Aspen's kind of autism.
he knowingly put you in a situation where that could have been a problem. It could have been a problem, and Tyler knew and still put her in that situation,
that's
which is
part.
Crazy.
That's the biggest part of the betrayal, is that Tyler knew.
Well, and his girl, too. I'm guessing Tyler's girl knew.
Oh, she knew. Yeah, she knew.
I can't even imagine how guilty Tyler must feel. This whole thing with the girlfriend's mother changing the next of kin is beyond shady to me. And has anybody explained what the reasoning behind that was?
The mother of Hannah called up to the jail and gave her number
as my next of kin.
As
And I had only met this woman maybe twice.
When I called, they wouldn't give me any information because I wasn't listed as her next of kin. It was a whole thing.
Like, has anybody explained what the reasoning or the justification behind doing that was, other than to not let you know as her mother? It's a perfect storm of horrible shit coming together at the wrong time.
It's a war on the poor. Like, there's no
cushion to make a mistake. I mean, you made a mistake. You got in the wrong car. I used to listen to a radio host that said that the one thing that he was deathly afraid of, and he used to tell his kids all the time, was just be careful about whose car you get into, because getting in the wrong car can literally change your life. Unfortunately, you're now the victim of realizing something like that, and you didn't even realize that it was necessarily the wrong car because you trusted somebody.
Word was enough for us.
Right, because you trusted somebody, but apparently...
We were able to cure her bond and get her out, back here. And at this point, we're waiting for an arraignment hearing where she'll go and they'll say what the charges are, and she says guilty or not guilty. We don't have a lawyer yet. The $7,500 that we're trying to raise initially is to retain her lawyer, the one that did help secure her bail. And then we'll be able to have discovery. My daughter is not a criminal of any sort. She's the first person to help somebody ever. Like I said, when she got out, she immediately started crying because of the girl that's mentally disabled in there, and then freaking out because she was not even allowed to talk to her. Like, her first concern was for other people. That's who she is as a person. And I don't even trust my own judgment, because if somebody had ever told me that Tyler would do this to her, I would have. There ain't no way. There ain't no way I would have ever thought that this could happen. Ever. So it's like her whole world flipped upside down. Her future is being held hostage by a justice system that doesn't have any justice involved, that I know is going to go unfavorably for her just based on being autistic.
And that's why I have you guys here, was so that we could get the word out and you get some help and let our neighbors know what's going on, and let members of the community know why I've been talking about it for months, and more people need to know about that. They are trying to disappear people within a system. And it doesn't matter which system it is, but what they're trying to do is get people tied up so badly in red tape and their family spun so deeply in debt, trying to just keep them safe and alive and not being disappeared. She's literally just an unknowing participant in the entire thing. We'll hopefully raise some money to help them pay for her legal defense fund. Anyone, please, if you're able to help, they certainly could use some cash to help fund all the experts and witnesses and lawyers and everything else it's going to take to try to convince people that, she was a good person, good citizen who had nothing to do with this, got in the wrong car with the wrong person from somebody she had met only days before. She wasn't involved in a drug trafficking situation. She didn't make any money from any of this. She didn't make any profit from any of
the charges against her now are federal. It's federal drug trafficking across state lines that carries a mandatory minimum of 33 years. Autists do not fare well in our penal system. There are some studies that say that the rate of diagnosed autistics in our prison system in the United States is as high as 18%. You know, cops ask a question and want an answer immediately or whatever. The average autistic, it needs at least 6 seconds to start processing a question. Very few states even have any sort of training to deal with mentally disabled or autistic people specifically. It's not something that's required federally, part of any training. It's a very overlooked problem. I wasn't aware of it until it started happening to my own kids. Studies show that usually when autistics are in the penal system, they're actually the victims, not perpetrators. I would consider Aspen definitely a victim in this situation.
Well, a victim in multiple ways, and it's going to literally cost her life, her adulthood for it. Like,
if you can't donate, and please, like, even if it's $5, anything that adds up. If we all just kind of take care of each other, how mutual aid works, right? But also share it across other platforms. Put hashtag autism on it. I've been contacted by different people since having the GoFundMe up. They have said, oh my God, I could see this happening to my son. Oh my goodness, my sister got herself into a similar situation several years ago. Like this is not, Aspen's not the first person that this has happened.
By far not, yeah.
You know, but if you can,
I've read, it seems like this is fairly common that autistics get kind of backed into a corner.
Get the word out there, because even if somebody can't donate, if they read it, they might realize, oh, this could happen to my kid, and maybe it'll be what they need.
Hey Aspen, hey Halo. I'm so sorry that you're going through all this. It's just disgusting what they're doing to you. My whole family is in solidarity with you. We have nothing but love for you guys. And I know that a lot of the people in this community that are watching the show tonight feel the same way. We're going to do everything that we can for you. We're going to pull out any stops, and we'll get you through this, okay? Much love. And everybody in the chat, hit that fundraiser and share this, all right? Take care, guys.
All right. Hi, everybody. Who are these people? Who are these people? These are the stars of the show. Hi, everyone. It's Indy. We're pulling a little bit of an audible. Misty can't get her camera to work, so it's me stepping in to start this live stream and to kick off this incredible fundraiser that has, you know, it's the culmination so far. And again, this is the beginning. And Halo and I have talked a long time. Welcome, Halo. Hi, Aspen. How are you? Say hi. Halo and I have been talking for a while about this, obviously, and this is going to be a long haul. Today is the beginning, unfortunately, or a continuation, but we need to get everybody on board and helping, and that's why we're doing this. All credit to the guy that was on that previous video. I didn't have a name badge, but that was Charlie Mack. Charlie Mack's a special guy, and he's been a member of the community for years. And when he heard about what was happening, he and some others like Kieran got together and brought a whole group of us together and said, we need to do something to help them, to help raise money, because if it were any of us, they would be right there doing the same. And that's what we're here to do. So I put together that little video from our one-on-one, and I wanted to kind of add to that and have Misty kind of ask some questions, but I'll be happy to do the same. So talk about how things are going, what's happening the last couple of weeks since all of this started. I'd kind of love to get kind of your feedback, and how are you feeling about all of this right now? I maybe that's where I'd like to start.
Do you want to go for her? You can go for her.
I think I don't know. I'm feeling encouraged, honestly. Like, we have the best community around us. I mean, you mentioned that Charlie Mack and everybody just kind of coming together to lift us up. Honestly, like, this has been pretty stressed. So the last few weeks, seeing movement and seeing people, responding to, holy crap, they can't do that, which we're kind of all familiar with, realizing that they can do whatever they want. But it's been encouraging in the last few weeks to have all of our friends come out and support us.
I definitely feel very loved.
How you feeling, Aspen?
Sure. I feel really loved. I've never been through anything so horrible, but I've also never had so many people like come to my aid and care so much and try so hard for me, other than my mom. My mom's always in my corner, but so I do feel loved. I'm just still pretty freaked out. I don't know. I live in a state of constant fear right now.
It's just got to be this weird limbo where you don't really know. I mean, you can't really go get a job, per se, because you don't really know. Hold on,
things just feel really on hold for sure. Like, my whole life, I don't know what I can hope for or look forward to or get like excited about or anything.
Well, I wanted to kind of give people a little bit of the background about who you were. That's one of the things Misty also wanted to talk about was your activism and what led you to this and why there is such a large community behind you and your mom, Halo. And talk a little bit about what you were doing and how active you were even as far back as high school. I know Halo was telling me stories about how she was fighting to be out there. So please, the floor is yours on that.
My first thing was the Million Mass March, and that was kind of feels like a million years ago now, but I can't really say where the influence came from because I just grew up. My mom always was very honest about what was happening in the world, so it was like, well, we got to do something. She was like, well, I am. And then Julian rolled around and it was, we got to do something hardcore. And I mean, I can't say I was like too up front. I mean, I held a sign every weekend for years. I can't even tell you how many signs I've held, but really being behind the scenes and just doing countless hours of letter writing and filling out envelopes till carpal tunnel hit. Honestly, I've done so much of that, but she's the real influence for why I've done anything. She's superhero kind of.
Well, you were telling
don't
me,
sell
Halo.
yourself short. She tabled the Roger Waters concert with us in Kansas City. She hosted Gabriel and Niels for the Ithaca show.
Ithaca was so fun.
The circus, and it was she cooked for the birthday barbecue every year. Mostly behind the scenes and not having to be in front of this, but that's where the wars are fought, right? In the trenches. So don't sell your little one.
No, it's being out in the streets and making those signs and sending the postcards and the boxes like you send to everyone, those Assange kits, so that they knew what to do and had a guidance on who to send that to and where, and it was all stamped out of your own pocket.
It was funded by all of us, everybody pitched in for the little fundraisers and just made it, streamlined and easy, but it wasn't all money came out of our pocket, but it was mostly funded by other Assange activists,
I never knew how expensive stamps were until that happened, till the boxes.
Holy moly, and they keep going up.
Oh yeah.
And so you were even still sending out boxes to this day, even though, again, the Assange fight is, now switched to pardon Assange from free him, but now you were doing the boxes about anti-Zionism and educating people to send stuff about Palestine and about what's all the funding that we're sending to Israel and what that's doing and how that's coming to bite us back home. But yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about some of the background and the activism and the things that drove Aspen again through high school and throughout her young adulthood to get her to this place where she is now. So we talked about in the one-on-one how you went to Tennessee, right? And you were living in Oklahoma, correct, Aspen?
Mhm. Yeah.
Right. Right. And then so from Tennessee you then go to Florida to this music festival and then to Georgia and or driving through Georgia, and then you get stopped and you had, again, I'll let you tell the story. I mean, it's a mess, but you didn't even know this guy had anything in the car and that he was doing this. Like, I can't even imagine how that must have felt like.
No,
like
well,
weird,
she did full transparency because she's not gonna lie to the cops either. But she did know that he had weed on him, but it was like personal use weed. She didn't see him selling it or anything, but she just didn't know that he had drugs. Just
Mm-hmm.
Right, like a possession with intent to distribute kind of thing, which is what this ended up becoming. With, again, like you mentioned in the clip earlier, Xanax and ketamine and Valiums, right, and other drugs that
Adderall.
And
And
yeah,
it's hard.
Adderall.
Some of them they were like, we have to wait till they get the results back from the lab, but we don't have access to those until our lawyer requests them. So we don't know exactly, but yeah.
And that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about and why we're doing this fundraiser is discovery. It seems like we're kind of almost stuck in this pattern right now. Is that correct? Because we need, you need to get a lawyer to perform discovery and to ask certain questions, and until the retainer is paid, we can't do that. Correct?
Yeah. Right now, everybody's doing all this work, and this work is literally just to get the funds so that we can hire people who can take this. So it's not even, right now it's just like fundraising. But every time I go to the post office, it's this paranoia of, is today going to be the letter saying, come down to Georgia for the first round of whatever. It's a lot.
So we don't know. We're sitting in this holding pattern as far as when the next trial is or any kind
they
of
said, he said
deposition.
He said that we would get they have to get the grand jury to have an indictment or something like that. He said in 3 to 6 months we'd have to go back for like a day in court thing where they'll say very specifically what the charges are, and she'll say guilty or not guilty, and then they'll set a trial date, and then he'll be provided with whatever they say is evidence against her, which is really just evidence against David. It's not, but yeah, so, and then he said the trial could be up to a year or two away. So I don't know. It's very, very strange to have your life put on hold. Her life is definitely put on hold.
Yeah, I can't even. Man. So the thing that we're all really pushing for here is a dismissal. That really is and I don't know how realistic we're even hoping for something like this, but if she was literally just an innocent person in the wrong place, wrong car, wrong time, that should definitely not warrant decades in prison. I think everyone is in agreement on that.
Especially as a minimum. as a mandatory minimum, but you can like kill people at much time, or it's absurd. It's absurd. The whole thing is.
Yeah, I'm getting static from Halo. I don't know if that's just me or everyone, but yeah, it is absurd that this is going on. It's man. So we are trying to get a lawyer for to do the discovery. We're trying to find out exactly what the substances were. We're sitting in this kind of weird holding pattern in the meantime, but that is kind of giving you a little bit of time to gather some funds and to speak with experts and to petition potential lawmakers and potentially do something to try to, like what we're doing here, raise awareness to get more people understanding what's happening here so that something can be done and somebody can be talked to that has the power to change this. Right? I mean, that's what we're doing.
I muted my mic and it was still doing it, so I think that feedback is coming from somewhere else.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I'm not sure.
It's possible.
But, you know, one of the things that I think that we learned with all the work with Assange Army, and like you said, the continuation of the letters and postcards even after he was free, is that it doesn't take a lot of voices, just well coordinated voices, to actually make change. And I do think, if nothing else, that should come out of this. That anybody watching, call your local sheriff department, call your local police department, whatever. Ask if they have training. Ask if they're aware of the statistics. Look up the statistics in your state. You know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? Like, maybe you can make something different in your area of the country. There are different organizations and specialists that offer training for police, because there are some police departments in the country that have undergone this kind of training. But I don't think, to be totally honest, yes, everybody do that, but I don't think that that's what this is about so much. With Georgia, it seems to be like what they do. It seems to be more of a money grab kind of situation. I mean, I guess they're pretty famous for doing that down there. Do you know what I mean?
You spoke to that, you know, to the kind of industry that existed around the county jail that Aspen was housed in, from bail bondsmen to restaurants to hotels. They kind of prey upon the people, and it's almost like a trap, and the town survives in a way, and everyone kind of knows it and avoids it, is from how it was described to me.
Yep.
Right. And then, you know, we'll talk with Dissent and Bloom in a little while. She did a whole bunch of research into Peach County and into how Georgia handles their whole sheriff department thing, and that he's not even like a state employee. He's a constitutionally mandated, it's a crazy thing. I'll let her kind of describe all that. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about kind of what you're going through since then, how you're staying busy without going crazy. Because I mean, I don't know how I would do it. Again, it's the help and support of people around us and kind of trying to stay distracted. And then, of course, researching. Right? I mean,
Lots of research.
Right, trying to find some answer.
Yeah, the only thing that's really been keeping me super busy is, well, I got a new sketchbook, so that's been nice. But just reading about all of, like, after reading Dissent's article and like finding out about the guy that died because of lack of medical attention, and then just kind of, I don't know, I'm busy trying to figure it out, like why it's so bad, and like my mind's just racing on small things like why did the cop take my ID home and stuff like that. But my art's been keeping me busy. I got my website all perfect, and that's been nice. I feel super accomplished, but other than that, I can't say I've been too busy doing anything other than research.
Well, Lady Alex in the chat is asking about what about contacting legal aid in Georgia? That's a great question.
Okay.
I don't know. Again, that was something. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, one, we're not from Georgia, so we wouldn't qualify. They would provide a public defender there, but I I sat through court waiting for her when her lawyer got her on the docket to the circuit court so that she could get bail, and I saw the public defenders. To say that they were ill-equipped was a huge understatement. I mean, the paid lawyers, they got accommodations for their people that they were representing, and the public defenders, I don't want to speak to their intent. I mean, I know it's a thankless job and they're way overworked and stuff, but they didn't get any. I mean, the people could have went in there without a lawyer and things would have went the same way for them. I'm not, she's innocent. Like, she actually didn't do anything wrong. So 33 years is a mandatory minimum. Public defender is certainly not the way to go. Definitely not the way to go. But in terms of legal aid,
and then
we would be legal aid in Oklahoma, not,
Right. As far as just advice too. I mean, and then are there any kind of autism organizations like we had talked about, because there are autistics in prison and trying to help? I mean, again, they're probably overwhelmed. You had said during our conversation that 18% potentially as much as of our population.
Different states, but the low figure is 4.5%, and then on the high side is 18%, and that's with diagnosed autistics. There are a lot of autistics out there who are not diagnosed, so I imagine this happens more commonly. But in terms of the different organizations, I've sent some emails, put some feelers out. They're overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed. There's too much need and not enough resources. But I'm hoping to hear back from some people. It's just kind of a get in line kind of thing. You gotta people can only do what they can do. So we have feelers out in all sorts of different avenues.
Yeah, there's Seb Applejack is saying, he's saying that he's not sure if Halo and Aspen are aware of the Savage Gang there. They've done a lot of mutual aid in Ohio, a lot of activism, sure. They donated some money to Hardlens. Hopefully, again, this is all hands on deck, man. So yes, all the help we can get. All right, Dissent in Bloom saying 25% of incarcerated people have some form of cognitive disability, including but not limited to autism. It broadens out from there for sure. Man, it's a rampant problem that nobody in our society has really started to look at. How do we address this at a state level, at an institutional level, to be able to train officers to really be equipped to deal with this? Because you talked about, how it's just like a yelling, punitive, negative environment. Obviously, they're not trying to really rehabilitate anyone or to, it's a rough environment, like you were talking about, where they segregate and, by race, and they were feeding meat products to vegetarians, and withholding medicine while telling you, her mother, that they gave it to her. I mean, it's
well, and
so frustrating.
the segregation thing, that was rather shocking. I just never, I don't know. I mean, we live in rural Oklahoma, okay? So you think, well, you know, the only time you really run into racism here is cops. So, you know, there's that. But like, it's just not like everybody's all mixed together. And so the idea that at a jail they would separate people according to color just kind of that blew me away. That was a very, I would have never in a million years thought that was something that would happen ever.
Well, not in 2025 at least. Like I thought we were done with that anywhere. Not in Georgia, not in Oklahoma, not anywhere. Like that's just crazy. Like I live in a mixed race family. That's just insane.
Yeah, but then you go to Georgia, and I guess that's a whole new world down there, or a whole old world. Let's call it. And man, so tell me about, what you have heard from the lawyers that you've talked to, from the advice that you've gotten about what the path might be forward.
Well, we have.
I don't want to give.
There's some things we can't say because of this is a court case.
Right.
But we're kind of, a lot of this will have to do with being able to hire an investigator. And then just to respond to whatever their proof is he was in the vehicle. You know what I mean? So it's a pretty open thing. Like she was in the vehicle, and that's how they are, customarily go about it, right? So, but I think that this will be more of a, we're just kind of have to prove that she's innocent, which is not the way things are supposed to work in this country. But that's our best bet, in going forward. And the court of public opinion, because nobody thinks this is okay. I haven't talked to anybody who thinks it's okay. It's not her job to police what other people are doing. Nobody runs a background check on somebody before riding in their vehicle. Like, it's not our job to police other citizens. You know what I mean? It's not even like she saw, him doing something bad and didn't say anything. Like, she, as far as she can tell, she didn't ever see him selling you drugs anyway. But either way, it's not her job. None of us, it's silly to me. Well, it would be silly if it weren't so, oh my gosh, her whole future could be, spent in a federal facility somewhere. But like, and it wouldn't be a long one, honestly. She has a lot of health conditions that the treatment isn't, a pill a day. The treatment is diet and consistent supplementals. Not any sort of care that people get in federal prisons, period. So, it's just I don't know. I think that we're just going to have to make a big fuss. Honestly, that's my big plan, prove that those weren't her drugs and make a really big fuss politically and publicly and hope people go, hey, we're not doing this, But as far as legally, it's all a matter of, them maneuvering within the system or whatever. I am assuming the advice gets better once you pay them.
Right. Again, and with a couple of phone calls effectively from the right, quote unquote, people. I mean, and that again is so frustrating, because when you get into this situation and you're out of state, again, Aspen had no control over where this RV was even going. So did she have control over the fact that it went even through Georgia? I think somebody even mentioned, like, I don't know why he went through Georgia, because everybody knows about Georgia. Like,
we heard that. We heard that several times. We heard that several times afterwards. That apparently that's what Georgia does.
So, yeah, I mean, I had Dissent and Bloom. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that, like, you know, we're fortunate enough to have friends who have podcasts, and we're fortunate enough to have a network of people that, you know, we belong to for years to help us. But this happens every day to people that don't have that at all. To people that can't even afford to get their loved ones out on bail. Like, this happens every single day to people, and it's all about money. You know, like, if you have money, I guess you can do whatever you want because you can buy your way out of it. And if you don't have money, you're screwed. And that's just a terrifying situation to be in, and a terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, we just lost Halo.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
her internet officially her internet has officially been cooked. I just got a message from Dissent and Bloom. She's going to be joining now, so that's perfect timing. So that we can talk a little bit about the article that she wrote and about her research into the Georgia prison system, her research into autism in prisons and autistics in prison. So, yes, you know what? While we're here and while we're waiting, why don't I put the GoFundMe up? What's the best way to do that? I hadn't really thought about getting that up on screen. I've got it here. All right, so let me do a screen share, and I do this. I talk while I talk my way through these technical things. All right, so now everybody sees that's Aspen's GoFundMe. All right. Kieran said we're just shy of 7,500. So thank you to everyone who's contributing. All right. We can get the. I know the link is pinned in the YouTube chat. I will make sure we get it into the Substack chats and everywhere else that it needs to go. All right. And let me real quick put us up down there. So now you should see us good. And I don't see any other guests yet, but that's okay. All right, so this again is the GoFundMe, and let me grab the link here so that we can drop that in all the chats. And if anybody has anything that they can contribute, seriously, it really does all add up and make a big difference because we're in for a big fight.
Yeah. Just to think about the fact that this could go on for years is just crazy.
Again, I'm so sorry you have to go through all of this. Nobody should have to go through any of this. Again, deceived by a friend of theirs is one of the things that I keep coming back to is this whole thing about how you genuinely, you believe in this person who told you this guy was okay, and he wasn't okay.
Best friend of 8 years. I didn't think he'd lie to me. Like, that's a long time to be friends with somebody and then to turn on them and so quick is crazy.
And again, I don't know how much you can talk about, but someone asked, is David still in jail now? Is he out on bail? Is he, do we know what's happening with his case?
To be completely honest, I was told that I wasn't allowed to have any contact, which obviously I don't. It's not like I want to be friends with him, but right? I was told that I wasn't allowed to have any contact with the defendant and or like witnesses or anything like that. But I mean, I assume he's probably out. I do know that his family does have a good amount of money because they own like a antique shop. It's called Carriage House. It's lovely place. It was super cool. A lot of good old books in there. But to my knowledge, I don't really know yet, and I don't even know if I'm like allowed to go even search. Like I don't want anything. I don't want anything to get me in trouble. So like because I don't know what I can do. That's a lot of like just being so stuck. I don't know what I'm allowed to do.
Oh, again, like it's, yeah, and it's don't even have the advice of a lawyer right now to give you solid, here's what we should be doing and here's what we shouldn't be doing and here's what we're moving towards. We're just kind of sitting. And again, that's why we're asking everyone to help so that we can get to that point and we know what our next step is, because not knowing that next step is really challenging and that's hard for people. I can't even again imagine what that's like to have to go through. All right, so Dissent in Bloom is here. Hi, Dissent in Bloom. Good to see you. Welcome. Say hi.
Hi. Sorry.
All right.
Definitely on a different tab. Hi guys. So sorry.
Hello.
It's nice to finally actually kind of talk to you, not on the phone.
Yeah, see you in person and not in person, but get a visual.
Live. Yeah, what I look
There
like.
she is.
No, hi guys.
Halo's back.
So,
okay.
Sorry, I'm also autistic, so I'm just looking for my explicit directions. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
No. The explicit directions were to talk about a little bit about how you kind of found out about Aspen and about and kind of introduced all of this and decided to then write this article and do your research and what you found. So, again, I want to turn the floor over to you and hear what you have to say here.
Yeah. So I had actually heard about Aspen's story. Funny enough, I was watching one of Indy's Sunday shows, and he does these GoFundMes at the end of them, and he talked about how they were doing this fundraiser, and they could find someone with a larger platform to share the story, then it would be really helpful. And well, I'm sure as many of my subscribers on Substack that are watching this can tell you, I have a pretty large following. And I was like, why not? It's for a good cause. Especially after I read the GoFundMe and I just started looking into things. And then Indy had actually sent me the first interview he did with the family. And it was just really touching. So it really left a lot of empty spots where I was trying to figure out what's fill in the blank kind of thing. This doesn't make sense, or what can I find out more about this? That kind of thing. And so I started to just research, and the more I found out about how the system works in Georgia and about this case and just about in general how it functions out there, the more disgusted I was. Especially as a fellow neurodivergent, I understand the struggles, and I can't imagine what that was like being in there. And I just felt a lot of empathy for the situation, because believe it or not, a lot of people think autistic people can't feel empathy. We feel it a lot.
Sometimes too much, right?
Yeah. So there's
So
actually, sorry, not that it matters, but there's a study that was done. People that are neurodivergent have more what's called mirror neurons, which is where we physically feel what we see other people feeling. That's why we can't handle seeing dogs die in a movie and things like that. Just fun fact.
and so you started looking into Georgia prisons, right? and tell us a little bit about what that crazy shit show that we learned for real, because you educated me. I knew nothing about any of this stuff.
Okay, so the first thing that got me was why she was charged when he was even said at the scene, she has nothing to do with this. I was like, does Georgia have a party law? That was the first thing. No, Georgia does not actually have a party law, but they act like they do. They charge everyone often. Another thing that I found out is, well, when I actually spoke with Halo and her mother, Halo and her daughter, I apologize guys, I need coffee. I had found out kind of she had said that the lawyer told her that it runs like a fiefdom, and I was like, what is that? Why would they say that? What am I missing here? So I started looking at how it actually works, and they function honestly exactly that way. They act like a kingdom, because sheriffs aren't county employees. Sheriffs are constitutional officers, which means that they're elected in, and they only answer to the state of Georgia. They are not county employees, and therefore the county for Peach County is not responsible for them. And so they're independent from local government. And sorry, I'm just reading over here off my notes. So basically, county funds are used to fund these jails, but the county doesn't actually have a say in how they run or what this money is used for. So they, for example, in unfortunately this case, them running out of toiletries and things like that, that's because the sheriff decided not to allot the amount of money needed for the toiletries. Things like that. Like, he literally runs everything, and he's inside of the county jail. Like, his office is inside of that jail, which is really weird. It feels like a kingdom. And they actually have a long history of abuse, likely because of the framework of this system, and neglect, people dying, sexual abuse, things of that nature, gang violence, and someone actually died from like medical neglect, and the family tried to sue the county, and that's how they found out that the county's not actually responsible for anything that happens in that jail, and you can't sue the state of Georgia, which would be the next person, because they have sovereign immunity. Basically, they looked at themselves and said, hey, we looked at ourselves and we're not guilty. And because he's technically works for the state, suing him would be suing the state. So in the state of Georgia has something in their constitution where they are just immune to pretty much anything. You can't really sue them for anything at all. And it's just been like this. Like, basically, if an inmate dies or suffers abuse, they can't sue the county because they're not responsible. They can't sue the sheriff because he works for the state, and you can't sue the state because they gave themselves sovereign immunity. And the jail employees have what's called qualified immunity, basically meaning if it's not already been ruled in a court that this is bad, you can't really do anything about it. And it's just terrible how it functions. They're free to neglect and abuse people to the point that they're dying, and no one's getting any kind of anything from it. Like, they're just allowed to get away with it. And this new sheriff, he promised reform, but it's been several months, and apparently there's no reform.
It's like this kind of Bermuda Triangle almost. It's like again, the intent, as I said before, to try to disappear people within a system and absolve themselves of liability in the process, which is insane. I still can't fathom that there aren't people, again, but how do you challenge it? If you can't sue the state and you can't sue the county and you can't sue the sheriff, what do you do? I don't know what the answer is to all of that, other than getting the law changed, right?
Yeah, they would have to amend the Georgia state constitution, because because of how the constitution is set up. This started in the 1800s, and they've just never changed it.
Right.
Well, because people don't know. Like, that's one of the biggest problems we have is that people can't ask for changes they don't know need to be made. People can't ask for a fix to a problem that they don't know exists. And public awareness is key in all the stuff that we deal with. And, well, I guess they're going to end up with quite a bit of public scrutiny now, given this situation. But having something be on the books for hundreds of years, that's absurd and very, very backwards to me.
And this isn't something that they teach in schools, or you would find out like from anyone. You would have to be a lawyer, or you would have to look this information up explicitly to get this information, because when I was looking up how Georgia jails worked, I didn't find this information. It's only until I started looking into how they run like a kingdom that I started to get these answers.
And then we talk about what happened inside the prisons, and again, how they have very few services or are trained in or equipped to work with people who are autistic or may have some kind of a mental health disorder, which the more they keep closing mental health facilities, that's their remedy for what to do with everyone, from what it seems like, right? Is prison?
Honestly, a lot of people that are in prison are because of untreated mental health issues. There is a mental health crisis that already existed in America, and it's just getting worse because, well, number one, they're trying to cut people's access to insurance. Number two, there's not nearly enough providers in the United States to treat everyone's needs, and a lot of people can't afford or don't have access to mental health care. So this creates an ongoing crisis and a loop, because these people have a lot of people, and this is autism's not a mental health issue, but like it does have a lot of comorbidities with mental health issues, because autistic people face more trauma than the general population. But my point being is that a lot of these people that have psychological issues are never able to get care because they don't have access to care, and that access is just increasing every single day, and we're going to see an uptick in behaviors from this lack of mental health care. That's why I decided to go this psychiatric nurse practitioner route, because we have a serious deficit and need for mental health services in the U.S.
Man, and thank you for that, because we do certainly need that. All right, so I'm getting a little feedback, I guess, from Aspen's mic, maybe. I don't know.
Is it mine? It's quiet in here. Maybe it's my heat.
Yeah, I don't know, but I saw it bouncing, so that's why I muted, because I heard that. But oh man, the girl that you saw in the prison, I wanted to call attention to that. I know you wanted to make mention of that. You made mention of it when we had our one-on-one, and that you were worried for her. Have you gotten any update on her, Aspen? Has there anything been changed with her situation?
Per my bail terms, I can't contact anybody that I was in there with. So I don't know.
Wow.
I only know her last name and the pod that we shared, so it's not like I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to check. I have no idea. I don't know if they moved her again. I don't know if she's getting the care she needs.
They just put you in a vacuum and we're like, all right, just go be. Like, how do you put somebody in this kind of holding pattern like this for indefinitely?
Indy, my device is overheating, so it's gonna boot me, and I'll be back.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Cool. Well, we're gonna probably pop over to Jesse in a few minutes. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about your research, Dissent, on autistics in prison and autistics with police, and the statistics that are alarming, to say the least, and what you've kind of been learning and discovering. And Aspen, you too, of course, if you have anything that you've been learning and wanted to talk about as far as your experience. And I want to let you guys talk about this stuff. I mean, I'm just sitting here pushing buttons.
Yeah, so for me, I actually went and I did some research a little bit more. I added some of my notes from the article, and I found some more information before this, because if it's not in front of my face, I'll forget when I'm speaking. But one of the statistics that I had in the article is that people with disabilities, specifically, cognitive disabilities, are treated way worse in jail. They're more likely to be placed in solitary confinement, which is, it's already abusive to do that to a neurotypical person, but to do that to someone that's on the spectrum or has that cognitive disability, that's just a human rights violation. I mean, it's a human rights violation anyway, but just amplified times 10 for a neurodivergent. They're also refused medical care, which we saw in Aspen's case, and they're often ignored when asking for help, which again, we saw in Aspen's case. And statistics show that, I already said this earlier in the chat, but nearly 25% of incarcerated people have a cognitive disability, but most staff aren't trained on how to equip this, like how to handle sensory and communication needs. I also found out that, I'm sorry, I'm a numbers girl, 4.4% of people in jail meet the criteria for ASD, autism spectrum disorder, a rate about 4 times higher than like the general public. And it's not because they have higher crime rates, but because they're often misinterpreted by cops or have a lack of support. And disabled kids are 400 times more likely to end up in jail than their peers. So that was one of the things that really got me. And I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that many people with autism don't understand things that are being said to them or their rights, or they're having things thrown at them very quickly. Me, I can talk very fast, but in taking information, I can't take information in very quickly. If you're spouting things at me and we're not like already in depth on the subject, I won't understand it. So a lot of people will agree to something because they think it's the right thing to do, and they don't really understand what's being said to them or asked of them. And they're confused and scared, and they're just trying not to get in trouble with this figure of authority. As well as police often assume neurodivergent traits like a flat effect, so not showing any emotions with your vocalization. A lot of humans do. Some neurodivergents don't, and that's okay. But a lot of cops take that or delayed responses because you're processing what they said as a sign of guilt. And this is really common with people of color. I forget the exact number, but it was almost like, I think 2 or 3 times higher with neurodivergent people of color. And another thing that I really started thinking about, and this wasn't even a statistic, but neurodivergent people, when they get overstimulated, and let's say you're in an environment with bright lights, literally banging doors the whole day because that's the only way to get attention, and just the sound of people fighting, the sound of people talking in a big metal cold cell, that's like sensory hell. That's noise, that's light, that's, tactile. It's horrible. And that creates an environment to where you get so overstimulated, you just snap on someone. And it's not intentional, and it doesn't necessarily happen. And it's not even just snapping. It's not something you can control. It's called a meltdown. And I know that sounds a little over dramatic, but it's essentially where your brain has reached the highest capacity of things that it can, and it just gives up. And that's really, really common with neurodivergence. MRI brains of neurodivergent show that they have, MRI scans of neurodivergent brains, show that they have significantly more neural activity compared to a neurotypical. Like, our brains work almost 100 times faster, and it's just like more parts of our brain are lit up at more times because that's just how our brains work. We're constantly taking in information, a lot of that sensory, and I'm sure you can relate to anyone watching this. Let's say, it's the morning, and this is for neurotypical people, or I guess neurodivergent too, but it's the morning and you're trying to get your coffee, someone interrupts you, and then the dog poops in the living room, and then you trip over someone's skateboard, and then it's just like you feel so overwhelmed because it's constant stimuli, because it was multiple things that irritate you. But for a neurodivergent, those things could just be the light. Like, I don't like the big light in my room. I don't use it for that reason. It's just little things like that. And so she was in an environment, my point being, she was in an environment where it creates the perfect environment for someone to have a meltdown. And a meltdown can look like aggression, and people can be mistreated or have violent arrests or be abused by guards, or even in some scenarios, we've seen autistic people get killed by the police for having a meltdown. And it was actually a male of color, speaking of which story I'm thinking of. And my final points are neurodivergent people are actually more often victims. And one of the big issues with placing in like the general population of jails, and as we saw, it wasn't just Aspen, it was a girl who was cognitively about 4 or 5 years old was in there as well. They're at a higher risk of being abused and preyed on by the general population in jail. They shouldn't be housed with the general population, especially violent offenders. But the mass incarceration of neurodivergent people is a public health failure. I recently learned about a jail in Pennsylvania that has a special ward for people with on the spectrum or with some kind of neurodivergent or issues with that, like just in general, a different kind of brain. And it's linked to less abuse, less poor outcomes, greater rehabilitation. And the unit was beautiful. Like, they had arts and crafts, they had like sensory rooms where they had like the lights shrouded and fidget toys and things like that. And these are all regulation toys for people that are neurodivergent. For example, I'm playing with a spider right now because I'm talking and it's overwhelming for me to talk. And there needs to be more accommodations like this and more understanding of the neurodivergent brains. And neurodivergent people shouldn't be housed with the general population, especially violent offenders. And neurodivergent people need better treatment in general by society, but especially in the jail system, because we're wrongly targeted and arrested more than any other population.
And I think we actually turn people who were not potentially violent, and it makes them have to be violent just to survive in that kind of environment, from what everything I've been hearing sounds like. Because you have to build up this tough outer shell just to be able to fend off the other inmates and the yelling from the guards and the constant assault on the senses that is happening there. And how do they, again, it's the argument that you're going to get from people, from a lot of people, is it's prison. It shouldn't be, comfortable. It shouldn't be whatever. But at the same time, it shouldn't be extra punitive for people who are misinterpreted, misdiagnosed, and kind of, again, placed there because there's no real facility. And I think it's interesting what you're talking about, because that means that there must be training for the guards and for the people who work at a facility like that prison in Pennsylvania for people who have cognitive disabilities. Interesting. So tell me a little bit more about that prison. I know you just kind of discovered about it today.
Yeah, I can actually just briefly look over the article I had opened, but it's in Pennsylvania, and it was opened in 2024, and they have murals on the walls that were painted by the inmates. It's colorful, it's quiet, there's only a handful of people on the unit, so they're not overwhelmed, and they're able to actually focus on the people that are in there. They talk about how there are multiple people with like on the spectrum or on different kinds of spectrums there, and they have, it's called like a transition room, where they send them to, you know, relax, like calm down because they're overstimulated, things like that. They also help them develop skills to survive and function outside of the prison once they're released. Like they talk about one of the activities they were doing was like understanding their emotions, which is a big issue. A lot of autistic people don't quite know how to put their emotions into words or understand why they feel a certain way. They just feel a certain way. And I thought that was just fantastic. And as far as jail not being comfortable, there's a difference between comfort, like Ghislaine Maxwell and fucking whatever that jail is that she got sent to, and things that you need. You don't like it. It's not like they're getting like steak and lobster for all their meals and like massage chairs, and that's comfort. They're getting bare necessities. People don't understand. It's not comfort. It's not about being comfortable and to have your, you know, needs that you like, things that you like, your weighted blankets or like a lack of stimulation. It's literally something that we need for our brains to function, and it's just not. It's not even about being comfortable. Being comfortable, here's a sweatshirt, here's, you know, some good food. Whatever. No, it's not comfort. It's survival. It's basic like health needs.
Taking away blankets, and she's freezing, and they're, you know, like it's not it's beyond just comfort. You know, they're specifically trying to make it uncomfortable and as distasteful as possible, rather than treating people like human beings, which they obviously are. I mean, it's like I again, and you saw some, I'm sure you saw some shit while you were in that jail. And again, I know you don't want to get anyone in heat or say anything about some of the stuff that you saw and some of the people that you might have experienced that potentially either abused someone or were abused themselves, either by the guards or by other prisoners. But yeah, all that stuff is happening. Right. And then there was the thing about the showers you talked about, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I genuinely, to me, they think that the worst thing that they're putting everybody through is the fact that they are not allowed outside at all in any way, shape, or form in any of the pods. It doesn't matter. No one's allowed to go outside at all. They're not even allowed to see outside. I mean, and well, with the showers, that was dangerous. Like that was genuinely dangerous. Like it was so hot. Like if you stood under it, it would make your skin red within seconds. Like that's how
They
it was
used
so
it
hot
to cook
that
their
that's how
ramen.
everybody cooked their ramen. That's how hot it was. So it was like that's not. I don't know. Those are the two worst things to me. Like, well, also the dietary thing, but not being able to go outside is just so huge.
And also running out of toilet paper. I mean, that's just basic stuff. And
yeah,
you said that it was more than like a day that you guys were all out of that, right? Like,
so it was 2 days that we were all out of toilet paper, and then it was like 4 days that they were all out of like sanitary napkins for the women and stuff like that.
Like,
they also ran out of underwear as well, like the disposable underwear, because you're not allowed to wear the underwear that you came in with. Apparently, they have to give you
state issued underwear.
Yeah.
It's because they don't want you to harm yourself with your underwear. I know it seems silly, but that's exactly what it is. They'll take away hair ties and stuff too.
Oh man, yeah. Well, I'll say that the underwear that they gave us would probably be. They were so the elastic on it. That would probably. I'd probably be able to hurt myself with that rather than the cotton underwear that I'm used to wear it like that. I don't know. It was crazy.
Wild. Oh man. All right. So I'm just trying to think what else, what other things you wanted to kind of let people know about what's happening with the case, what's happening in what you've experienced and how they can help. I think that's probably where we would kind of leave that off and then have Jesse pop in. We'll play some music and kind of chill and relax. And anyone who wants to request a song, Jesse's going to play a set that Aspen and Halo have requested these some of these songs, and then we're going to open it up afterwards. And if you put into the GoFundMe, then we'll play a song for you. Just let us know what you put in there and what you're looking for. Jesse's usually pretty good about trying to accommodate that stuff. We've done this before a couple of times. We did one. Been a while. We did Bonner Rome. We helped raise money for the library, but this is a little different. You know, we need to raise a lot. So anything anybody can do to reach deep and help out this wonderful girl, man. We don't want to see it's decades. And if this was your kid, if this was I can't even, look, I'm a parent and Halo, Halo's a parent too, and we're all members of a community. So this is where we all step up to help each other because nobody else is really doing it. So thank you to everybody who's doing that in advance, and continue to. And this is not a fight that's ending today or tomorrow or next week. This is going to be an ongoing thing where there's going to be expenses and things need to get covered. So any help is greatly appreciated and much needed. All right, I wanna welcome in my co-host of American Tradition, the one and only Jesse Jett. Welcome, Jesse.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
All right, let me turn you up. You're low. You're very low.
Oh, I apologize. How about now? Can you hear me?
That's a little better.
Remember, I had my gain fairly low from us testing before. How about this? How about now? It's me.
All right. Well, we hear you.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
All right. Let me put Jesse up here. All right. So the floor is all right. So this is now American Tradition. We're now taking over.
It's a crossover episode.
It is.
I do want to say before we get started,
please.
Well, I don't have to tell everyone watching how critical our support is. We're all we've got, and it's an honor, is putting it lightly, to be asked to do this, to be able to put these songs to work, and for such a good cause. It's a tremendous honor. I'm really, really, really proud to do it, and I will admit I am much more nervous about a couple of these songs than I typically am. One, I don't think I've ever performed live, and one that I can't without crying. And well, we'll get to blocking the light when the time comes, because there's a whole additional setup for that. But as Indy mentioned, I asked Halo and Aspen if there were any pieces in particular that they wanted to hear, and they picked a couple doozies. So I'm really, again, just really happy to get to do this, and really proud of all of our fam for stepping up and sharing, and everyone. I just can't implore you enough to tell your friends. I mentioned to a few people at work today, and they asked for the link. So I'm just reaching outside of my normal sources, because this is one of those stories that just I don't know who couldn't relate to this. I was explaining it to my son earlier. He asked what I was doing tonight, and I was telling him, and he was like, "That's not fair. That's not fair at all. How is that right?" And he's 8, so you don't have to have a very developed sense of justice to realize there's a tremendous injustice being done here. and it couldn't be happening to a sweeter, more innocent person who's done so much, her and her mom, for Julian and for so many causes. So again, thank you to everyone that's watching and sharing and donating, and thank you again to you guys for asking me, because it means the world. So
can you turn up that gain a little bit more? I think
sure
you're still
can.
a little bit low, because I'm watching the bouncies. All right, I'm gonna mute everyone else so that we can just hear Jesse.
Okay. So this first song,
that's better.
I actually played last week for some of my family who we usually can't talk politics, but this is one of those things that, again, if you've got eyeballs right now, you're aware that we're waist deep in fascism, and this is one of those songs that it felt like the right opener. This is called "The Dust of Better Days."
SWAT team took your neighbor today. Watch them as they walked him away. You told yourself extremists come in all different shapes. Met his eyes and lowered your gaze. Is it too late for us to ever change? Once we're collecting the dust of better days, they're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to be safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wake. Sheriff stopped your daughter today. Pepper sprayed her twice in the face. He must have had good reason if he'd treat her that way. At least that's what they've taught you to say. But is it too late for us to ever change? Once we're collecting the dust of better days, well, they're always watching us, but we're never safe. We're not meant to be safe, not meant to escape. We aren't meant to wait. Feds arrived and had you detained. Said you'd made some posts they want changed. Tased you till you felt like you'd forgotten your name, or life before they had you contained. Oh, life before they had you contained. SWAT team took your neighbor today.
And that is the Dust of Better Days. Indy, how was my gain? Be honest.
Right, he must have had good reason if he'd treat her that way. Like, oh boy. It is a little bit kind of on the nose there, you know?
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, I have said a lot. There are all of my songs really. I never wanted to be right about anything in the first place, and I never wanted anything to continue to be relevant. I want nothing more than my songs to stop being relevant as soon as humanly possible. And yeah, I mean, all of these really, when I looked over them from Aspen's perspective, from Halo's perspective, it hit me. Something in each of these hit me differently. And again, that's why it's so important to remind people of this injustice, because people are so inured to injustice. People have to justify it to themselves somehow, so they would rather presume guilt than presume, a rotten system. But that's what it is. Our system is, especially in some states more than others, inherently flawed and judgmental, and would rather just presume guilt, and that's a symptom of society as well, and something that we have to push back against as much as possible, which is why it sucks too, as we all know, to be engaged in the news cycle, the actual news cycle, but it's so important, because they want nothing more than us to lose our humanity, lose our empathy, and just say, I'm glad it's not me, or I'm glad it's not my kid. But if it can happen to Aspen, it can happen to anybody. It does happen to anybody. It does often. And that's, again, why this is so important, and why I love everybody in this chat so much, because you guys, are stepping up. And again, we're all we've got, and it's one of the few bright spots to know that we've got this group of people, this support group, that if you find yourself in deep shit, that we've got a bunch of people that will step up and and do something like this. So again, I love you guys dearly, and I'm trying not to cry until the very end, but again, it's really yeah. Thank you.
Now let's do the fun rockabilly stuff, right?
Now who wants to dance? No. Okay, well, let's do something a little bit, I say lighter, but I'm grading on a curve. Before we big laugh, thank you. Before we really get deep in it. Yeah, this is a little song called Outsource.
Nice.
Well, my granddad was a miner mighty long ago in Butte, who spent his whole life scraping by, who never left his boots, till someone bought his bosses out and he'd outlived his use. They let him go, they trimmed the wage, and they hired someone new. And he learned that that's what job creators do. Now walking through the heart of town, I see my daddy's shop that he shut down when the superstore got put in down the block. And he didn't have a lot of choice to work there all the same, for half of what he made when he had something to his name. He told me that's the way it is, that's business through and through. Then he told me that's what job creators do. Well, I watched a lot of poverty start blooming in this town, and I seen too many families out sleeping on the ground. When I offered help, I got harassed by Sheriff Brown, as he grit that kind of grin that said, I'd love to put you down. But if I owned a mine and I enslaved them for a crew, I bet he'd call me a job creator too. They'll tell you how 1,000 miles are hungry for your bread. They'll say that to succeed you need to step on people's heads. Those suckers might be starving, but it's better them than you. They'll tell you that's what job creators do. And that is Outsourced.
Outsourced.
Again, we're all too used to just being like, at least it's not me, but it's right outside your door. It's happening to people you know and people you care about, and it's
And people in this live stream.
Yeah.
People, show up at your house and knock on the door and how are we gonna, what do? We gotta have a plan, and we gotta have, I had a situation last week where a friend of mine's mom called me, and I knew that when the phone rang and it was her on the call, I was like, this can't be good. He got arrested. He got pulled over and arrested for something, and they didn't really have a plan. Thankfully, he got out and everything is all right now. But the point is to kind of, we need to make plans for what to do when that happens.
Yeah.
Because it can happen, and now with what's happening in this country, it very likely could happen to any one of us. So having that plan certainly is helpful, I would think.
Yep. Oh, and I do want to say, like, for whatever it's worth, my my commitment here is more than just tonight. Like, for every episode we have of American Tradition until this is resolved for you guys, we'll be hosting the link up. We'll be reminding people. I'll be telling everybody I can. Like, we're here for you guys as much as we can. So. And again, you have, we follow each other. Like, for whatever it's worth, if you need to reach out, you need someone to vent to, you need someone to talk to, I'm always available for you guys, both of you. So.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so this this was one you guys wanted, and I absolutely get why. And I'm 99% sure I've never performed this before. So I thought long and hard about how I wanted to do it. And for the sake of keeping people in the stream, I don't want to scream at everybody. So here's our unplugged version of my my prison system song. This is Amendment 13.
Just push through and you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. Broken and bruised, you don't stop. Alright, fresh from the mines that brought you King Midas. Sign of the times, call me Homo Detrius. Karma's a beast and its fleas make a plague look childish. Are we home of the best or the brave or the brightest? Oh, none of the above, and my answer's as final as one wrong look at one of Brooklyn's finest. See, Barack was a real class act, bet he'll walk to The Hague so stylish, where he can perch on a warlord's throne, made a little known Middle East drone violence. Buddy, they were logging mileage while you and your smartphone were both on silent. Too busy hailing Barack as a well-spoken token that prejudice was dead and America had woken up when all along our bigotry was thriving. In a rising red vitriolic tide so thick that it is binding, like a contract of slavery they gave us in writing. Fucking loophole amendments that lay all their minds and then go into hiding, where they can legislate slaves to a 20-cent wage if they're on the inside. The road isn't long, it is wide, and there's not much winding. They just lead you to a lifetime of small crime, bring you back and put you in a line, doing sweatshop labor for a couple fucking dimes, and you can spend your whole life here being beaten by a staff of steroid gym rat white nationals. You can do it all for Nike, buddy. Do it for the Capitol. Do it for the guards so they'll treat you like an animal. Do it when you're sick or you're sore, cause you have to. Do it so the prison shareholders can roll in their dough and remodel their bathrooms with walk-in showers that might be a little bit bigger than that cell where you spend 20 hours of your 24. Maybe more. They don't count it anymore. They just need you well enough to move a product out the door. They just bought a brand new countertop and all new tile floors. Heated fucking seats on a bidet that you help them afford. And they won't lift a finger if your warden goes overboard and makes your common area an unspoken COVID ward. Lets you intermingle like he hadn't really done before. Now there's a lot of pits dug up in the yard, all numbered, and they still won't tell you what the number's for. But it's gotta be a warning. And probably the kind that you might need thunder for. When that realization strikes, they've been grouping you tight and restricting your time outside. It won't take a genius to link that to all of that coughing that's keeping you up every night. So if you can't abide slaves, I'll state the case plain. A prisoner shares the same rights. And your tax dollars are lining the pockets of those who ensure that the luxuries of medicine and showers are consistently denied. And you can spend 8 years if you're black because you burned up a trash can, but won't see any time if you rape when you're young and you're white. And in 12 years' time, that white rapist guy gets a job as a guard where he finds new prey to dehumanize. That's ingrained as a part of our system of justice so deeply that it's not scrutinized. And if we're talking capital punishment, all of these assholes with bludgeons could probably be euthanized, rather than giving them 70 humans to supervise, torture, and brutalize. Sensitivity training can't teach you the value of human life. Our nature has shaped it. It's simply basic. Our culture is born out of breaking it down and then seeing it crucified. I feel like I'm watching every day with exponentially more lucid eyes, till I'm drooling out my cheek and down my side, and my eyes are the dullest shade of overdose white. When just a dose of reality hits like an overdose might. It's a gross mentality that keeps this country going. Makes you wonder why we're keeping it alive. And we don't stop. Just push through and you don't stop. Broken and bruised, you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. Oh, they take your commissary, you don't stop. Your mother's being buried, you don't stop. When nothing is forgiven, you don't stop. When life's not living, you don't stop. Just push through and you don't stop. Broken and bruised, you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. Life's not living, you don't stop. And that's Amendment 13.
I'm muted. Sorry, kind of the opposite effect. Screaming into the microphone that
I wanted to
usually
for a minute there. I really wanted to.
that.
I was like, oh, maybe we're calling an audible here. I don't know.
All right,
It's hard not to want to scream.
I want to say welcome to JB. Jaybefaunt is with us. James Fauntleroy, how are you, sir? Good to see you, brother. You're unmuted.
Muted.
Oh,
JB.
Everybody, good to see you all. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. You're good.
All right, perfect.
Like a delay.
See all of you guys here on this evening. Yes, I am undisclosed to come in because I think this is very important, especially since the criminal justice system tends to be very dysfunctional, and that is by design. So I think it's important that we pay attention to stories like what's happening with Aspen, because as we see within this country, it is really been not, when it comes to true justice, it looks at people based on class. It looks at people based on marginalized identities, and so they do not actually want to provide true justice for people like Aspen. And the story about what has actually happened is very depressing, very harrowing. It's good to see you, Aspen. It's also good to see you, Halo. The problem is that what's going on is that this is why we talk about systemic change, especially within this system. And the thing is like we try to help out whenever we can, however we can, with each and every single person. But ultimately, have less situations like this. It also talks about, this is why we talk about mutual aid. So I was with Sabby Saps on Saturday, and we actually had a mutual aid workshop that I helped co-host. She was kind enough to allow me to help co-host that mutual aid workshop, and so it is moments like that that help. It is moments like looking for people in similar situations, like Aspen's, so that we are able to help out our community. Talking about empire, that are talking about empire, that are talking about what is going on in the world. If we had a system where, for instance, we decriminalized drugs and treated it as a health issue, then would Aspen be in this situation? No, this would not be that type of situation. And so really this is systemic. And this systemic issue is something I think that we all need to focus on. And this systemic issue also tends to have people caught in the crossfire. And I think it's important that we keep that in mind. Like, we have this overarching theme, right? That we have to look at it from, 30,000 feet. And then we also have to look at it at ground level. And so we help what we can 1,000-foot level, but we also down to the ground level and see, okay, who individually is being harmed by the system and how can we help? And so as we know right now, there's still more to go as far as the GoFundMe. I say this right now. Double it. Because the thing is, like, the war is not over. The battle's not. Once you reach that goal in the GoFundMe use as a system use, the battle's not over. The battle's not over after you do 1 or 2 mutual aid events. It's not over. It is not over until we actually push for a system that is free and that is egalitarian to everybody. And so this is one of the reasons why I found, because this is really what's happening to Aspen is really just a microcosm of. And I know we didn't personally cause what happened to you, Aspen. Do you feel that you deserve an apology for what you have gone through in the system? For those of us who have never had one, that is a harrowing ordeal to go through, especially for something that you had no part in. Even if somebody did have in it, right? Why do we have a system in place where it demonizes people who are doing what they can to survive, when in reality we should get rid of to survive out of desperation in the first place? And so I think that this is one of the parts that is so telling about the system. But seeing this community come together like this, it is beautiful.
Yeah, man, it was all hands on deck yesterday.
The fact that there's this, absolutely. And I just want to thank, all the members of INN and all the people in independent media who came for this. Ultimately, it shows there's still hope. Do not lose hope. Because there's so much that we are doing as a community, not just in this small, it is often as I possibly can. And let love inspire to do more. You're seeing it in front of you right now. So that is the beautiful part. Next to Jesse just singing. which I dearly appreciate. So there, but you guys continue to do the best you possibly can. Aspen, you in this fight, doing the best you possibly can. And look, people, make sure unable to donate, just share. Talk about the situation with people because of the system that we have that criminalizes people no matter what in order to donation. So thank you.
Man, we are getting throttled like crazy. Yeah, we got about 7 out of every 8 words from JB there. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. And we got the message definitely gets through. And you know, it's funny because Halo said, because while this is happening, she's like, well, you know, what are we going to do? And luckily, again, there is a community of people that is willing to step up, stand up, and say, okay, you're not on your own. Because if this were our kid, we know that she would be standing right there with us. We did this all together with the Assange stuff. So it's like the same community just rallies together. And, you know, Jesse was talking about telling his son, it's really funny because I was also explaining to my kids today that, like, I have to go to a live stream thing tonight and I'm going to be not able to put them, you know, to bed tonight, and explaining why. And just like, you know, with Jesse's son, it was like, oh my God, how is that fair? I'm like, well, just think about, like, if you were in a car with me and we got pulled over and it turns out that I had something that was so bad that the police put you in jail for 3 decades. Like, it started to resonate, and it's like, yeah, we have to do something to try to help. And that's what we're all here to do. All right, Aspen, there we go. There's Aspen. Oh, camera's overheating, audio issues. Welcome to the live stream, folks. This is what we deal with. All right, so Jesse has some more songs that he's going to play for us. What do you got, bro?
You know, I was thinking about a little airplane mode, if we're being honest.
Nice. That was requested, I saw in chat.
Yeah, when I was talking to my son about it tonight, we ended up having this long lesson about guilt by association. What that looks like for different people. And I mean, he actually just had a temporary teacher who was just kind of, I'm not going to take the time to learn the situation. If there's a sound, everyone within the vicinity of that sound gets punished, you know? And he came home all the time. He was like, I didn't do anything. And like, so immediately he was like, so wait, so some states, that's just their law, basically. Some more than others, for sure. And again, you know, some people, like you said, no, steer clear of Georgia, steer clear of whatever. But it's the fact that just trying to make your way from A to B in this country, you are subject to all these different whims of each state shouldn't be such a terrifying prospect, and it really is, you know. And again, some states aren't interested in getting to the bottom of something, and that's why it's all the more important that you have, like you said, you can't rely on a public defender when you're trying to convince the state of Georgia that you weren't trafficking drugs. You know, Georgia's not. I think about the Georgia courtroom scene in Squidbillies when the lawyer takes the judge aside and he says, I mean, he stared at him wrong. I mean, that's assault, right? This is Georgia. We're still very backwards here. If I end up making a song about this, I will absolutely be sampling that. All right, so this song has been around for a while, but is finally going on the next record. But this, again, kind of applies universally. This is called Airplane Mode.
can't turn my phone off for the world stops and it's all my fault. And I don't go in airplane mode, cause they know when the flight takes off. And I thought I was born for the storm, but tonight I wish the rain would stop. I wish the rain would stop. She said it feels like another day, but I can't say, cause I can't stay long. I'm not here, but I'm not gone. She said it feels like another day, but I can't say, cause I can't stay long. I'm not here, but I'm not gone. Oh, I'm not here, but I'm not gone. Love, I know I'm right, so I won't waste time to deny my doubts. And I just wanna know what's on your mind, but the Wi-Fi's out. And I thought I was born for the storm, but I just need a break in the clouds. Just a break in the clouds. She said it feels like another day, but I can't say, cause I can't stay long. I'm not here, but I'm not gone. She said it feels like another day, but I can't say, cause I can't stay long. I'm not here, but I'm not gone. Oh, I'm not here, but I'm not gone. The same as what I create, give it my name to speak for me. When it wanted a face, so did my face, as good as my face could look for me. I filtered every smile, and I had it every day. I just cut it up. She said it feels like another day, but I can't say, cause I can't stay long. I'm not here, but I'm not gone. Oh, she said it feels like another day, but I can't say, cause I can't stay long. I'm not here, but I'm not gone. Not here, but I'm not gone. Oh, I'm not here, but I'm not gone. And that is airplane mode.
Not here, but I'm not gone. That is, yeah, kind of resonates a little, hits a little different, right?
Welcome to legal limbo.
Fuck, man.
Which again, I mean, I don't have any doubt in our fam. You know, we I have no doubt that we are sticking this through with you guys for the long haul, because it's unfortunately it's not a quick mess, as you said. It's a mess that they drag out for a long time, because that's part of the compounding punishment. You know, so again, it's a different filter that I'm looking at all these songs through, and none so much as this one. I've played this once live, and it wasn't something I intended on getting through intact, and I certainly don't plan to this time. But it really hit when you said, if you only do one song that we asked for, have it be this one, because this is such a personal song for me. but just hearing it again when I was preparing for this and thinking about it, especially from Halo's perspective, this was this gutted me. So this is a song I wrote for my son Fox, about when you start to explain the world to your child, and how do you go about that, knowing what it is. I never want to lie to him. If he asks me something, I want to answer him honestly, but I also don't want him to have such a drastically different worldview as his peers when he's in 3rd grade, you know? I don't want him to be depressed all the time. You have to ease them into some things, and even, you know, by that token, am I better off for everything I know? Are there, you know, it's not like there aren't days where you wish you could unlearn some of what you learn about the world, and unfortunately that's not on the table. So this song came from obviously a very, very personal place about, you know, kind of leaving this for him to listen to when he's ready. And I was not prepared for my first listen through in preparation for this. So I hope I am adequately prepared to do this justice for you both. This is called Blocking the Light. Let's say that again. This is called Blocking the Light.
Find out, know that you had to know. Pulling what's left of my mind out, trying to tell you so. Well, I tried to block the light out, knew you could feel its glow. Oh, I've been here holding my hands out, trying to keep you close. Trying to keep you close, close. I really want to set you free, but I really want to let you be. And a part of me wished I could set myself aside. I'd just let you take the ride, just chalk the rest up to destiny. I could let you believe that the only restraints in life are the size of your dreams. Let you believe each kid grows up with a world at their feet. When I know too well it's open season, I know they're taking stock and raising stocks and raising stock. And I'm simply not here to sit and watch as you learn the lesson all cogs are taught. Keep your head down and keep to task and just keep on blocking the rest of it all out. Just keep on with the rest of a herd of 1,000,000 adjacent oblivious workers. The forest unseen for the trees, and the trees unseen for the fallout. Now what's more damning, baby, the truth or the ignorance? Oh, fuck it, I honestly wonder if I see the answer so well. Baby, believe me well, I know it's scary, I scare myself. If I could find a way out of my head, I would run like hell. And I would ditch this body politic minus occupant somewhere far from the dismal abyss. In the tranquil and crystalline bliss of the beach, I could rest with the rest of the shells. And if anyone asks, I'm anywhere else. If I'm really needed, just light the candle, then read the book, and then ring the bell. Oh, my untarnished heart, my little perfect soul. This world will melt your mercy down so they can sell its gold. This world will take your worth, then demand 1,000-fold. It's full of greedy pigs who'll eat you out of house and home. They'll strip your bank account and sweep you somewhere down the road, and then return to eat your tent and shitty bike you rode. Your bottled water, only shoes and coat and broken phone. Then smiling in your face, tell you that the shelter's closed. I hoped you would never find out, know that you had to know. Been pulling what's left of my mind out, trying to tell you so. Oh, I tried to block the light out, I know you could feel its glow. Oh, I've been here holding my hands out, trying to keep you close, trying to keep you. Oh, my untarnished heart, my little perfect soul. This world will melt your mercy down so they can sell its gold. This world will take your worth, then demand 1,000-fold. I tried to block the light just so I could keep you close. And that's blocking the light.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You did so good.
Oh, I love you guys so much. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Oh,
I love you, Jesse.
I love you too. Oh, I'm sorry I can't give you guys a hug right now.
Same.
Oh. Indy, you want to plug the GoFundMe for a second? I need to get my face on.
Oh crap! And you can't even hear me. Oh my god! I was talking into nowhere.
Oh,
all right, you know what? While you recover, I'm gonna play this video from Kate. Let me see how I can do that. How do I switch to scene? No. Come on, play. Oh boy, sorry. How do I? I'm
it's okay, I'm also ready for my close up. I mean, whatever.
I'm losing my mind here. How do we switch this? Switch. I'm at loss.
Oh, and did you mute again? Oh, did.
Hi, Aspen. Hi, Halo. I'm Kate. I'm Charlie Mac's mom. And I just wanted to say that I'm so proud of how strong you are and what fighters you are. And I just want you to know that we're here to support you and to help you fight this fight. And also to send you lots and lots of love and hugs.
All right. Well, there's the GoFundMe that Jesse was asking me to put back up there. So there that is.
Bless you.
I love Charlie's mom.
Well, and she's actually in the chat now. K8.
Oh, is that Charlie's
good
mom?
to see.
Oh,
that is
awesome.
Charlie's mom.
Kate.
That's Kate.
You done good, Charlie's mom.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yes, you did.
Hard to put into words how much material difference your son makes in so many people's lives. It's really, really difficult to understate that. So.
And for everyone, just a refresh on that, we're up to just under 8,000. So thank you to everyone who's contributing here.
Awesome.
Again, every dollar counts, and it really makes a big difference because we're gonna need a bunch. So thank you. All right. I don't know if you've had a chance to fully recover yet.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fine. What do you mean?
We're good. I'm verklempt.
My glasses are just like salt spray.
But can I speak a moment about that song?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, and I think every parent feels like that, right? Like, I mean, there are a million quotes, right? Better the ugly truth than a pretty lie, and all the, the way we gauge as they're growing up, like how to filter things without being dishonest, how to prepare them without ruining it all. And I think that every parent can relate to that. Like, how could they not, right? And I think that one of the things that, you know, and every parent is like, well, I wouldn't let this happen to my kid, and I do this and I do that. And I don't think any of us like have any sort of mental preparation, because at the end of the day we think, well, if nothing bad happened, like I'm not doing a bad thing, so nothing bad's going to happen to me. And yeah, life's not fair. That's not how that works. And the amount of the money, like, it's just absurd that it can't be, you know what I mean? If they're pressing charges, they should pay for the defense. They should pay. Like, what do you, you know, I don't think people have any idea, like, some of these costs. Do you know that a jury consultant costs a minimum of $10,000? They can cost all the way up to $250,000. And this is lawfare. It just is. It's the punishment by process. It's the lawfare. Imagine, you know, at what age do you tell your kids about this?
Yeah.
You know, we raise them, we tell them, if you tell the truth, you won't get in trouble. It's one of the things that always struck me and why I fought so hard for Julian. It wasn't just our First Amendment, it was the principle of it. Because you tell your kids, tell the truth and you won't get in trouble. And then you can tell the truth and go to prison, and you can tell, you know. And so when you battle against that kind of injustice, and you and then you teach your kids to battle against it, and you know, I don't know. I just think that everybody can relate to that song. I'm so glad you did it, and I'm so sorry that all of our choices were so hard, but they meant a lot to us. And you killed it with Amendment 13. Like, I was worried about how are you going to pull that off. But
no,
Aspen was adamant, though. She was like, we I don't know. We each had our favorites or whatever. But I don't know. Your music is really relevant. I'm really glad that you're amongst our group of family, amongst our friends.
I am too. So much.
And you know, we do have to, people might want to think a little harder about that. I wish I had been a little bit more wary or whatever. We don't want to get jaded. We don't want them to end up jaded, and we don't want to get jaded. And it can be really hard in circumstances like this to not feel jaded, you know, so there's that balancing act as well. So
yeah, you want your kids to, you know, kind of believe that the world is their oyster, but then and then there are other parents that are having the talk with their kids at 7, 8, 9 years old just to keep them safe and protected. And that scares me. It's, you know, I'm already starting to get, you know, my kids are already at an age, as is yours, Jesse, where it's starting to be like, you know, you've got to start to be aware and know what you're saying, and know that what you're saying can potentially have repercussions and consequences, and not just your words, but your behavior and your actions too.
But then again, there's also that line of, we were trying to have the conversation the other day that, you know, what's the quote that, if the punishment for breaking a law is a fine, then that law only exists for poor people. And that's our legal system, you know. And it's, again, hard to get your child to understand our justice system when it seems pay to play. It's hard for me to fucking understand it. Again, you know, you want to have the answers for your child, but the more you learn about the world, the less answers you have, and the answers you have are fucking bleak. And how do I feel like I'm not painting some you know, farcical coat on reality for a child who I'm proud is a very savvy individual who likes to get to the bottom of things, and I'm not going to bullshit him, but I also don't want him to be depressed. So again, when I asked you both for song suggestions, it made me so happy to see that you I don't know, you guys do your homework. You know, you listen, you really do, and that you picked such poignant pieces. Really was touching, and why I really wanted to. I didn't practice blocking the light because I I didn't want to lose that emotion as hard as it is to get through that, you know. I also knew I was going to be doing it on stream with you, so I could have played it 100 times. If I'm sitting here with you both, I'm gonna, I'm gonna lose it. But think.
Well, that was our favorite even before all of this happened. So I don't know. It was just fitting. It was the first one we both were like, you pick one and I'll pick one. And that's the one we both picked. And then we're like, okay, well, that's a definite. And then, so
well, thank you both.
thank
Seriously,
you though for doing
like I said, having the songs be able to serve a purpose, you know, especially one as noble as this. There's no, you know, higher calling for a person who makes political and protest music. You know, you want to see your words serve a purpose and touch somebody, and I can't think of a better purpose for blocking the light than this, and for you. So seriously, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, all right. Any I know we've had some requests out there. I requested, I know there were some requests for Geiger Age stuff, Stroll Through the Ruins I saw out there. Wow. That just Pepper, good to see you. How are you? Am I here? You hear me? Yes, you hear me. Good. I see Pepper out there. Pepper led a tweet storm yesterday that got us mentioned with the hashtag benefit for Aspen over 1,200 times on Twitter. It was crazy to see. My whole feed was just flooded with it. It was beautiful. All right, he's tuning up.
Little Geiger Age, you said?
Well, something from the Geiger Age, sure. Whatever you want.
Okay, this is the title track from the Geiger Age. The Geiger Age.
Well, I'm a child of the Geiger Age. I'm not the only one. Oh, my mama asked me all the stories about the sun, 'cause it was gone. Far as she could tell, it was gone. Blocked out by the smog, and if the smog ain't moving on, that sun is gone. Now my eyes have seen the glory of industrial disease. Oh, my mama asked me telling tales about the trees, 'cause they were gone. For all my mama knew, the trees were gone. They roasted inside out, and ain't no soil fit to sprout. Those trees are gone. Now she had an optimistic streak, or maybe she was scared. But bless her soul, my mama said the ocean would be spared, and now it's gone. Time I reached the shore, it all was gone. Well, I'm glad she didn't live to see the day that she was wrong. 'Cause when I reached the ocean, it was gone, gone, gone.
That's the Geiger Age.
That is the Geiger Age. Off the Geiger Age, by the way. All these songs that he's been playing, for the most part, you can find at jessejett.bandcamp.com. I put the link up. If anyone out there listening wants to download, listen, they are free for a name your own price. Leave a couple bucks if you can, but if you don't have anything to leave, you can download them for free. That's the beauty of Bandcamp, and this guy, value for value, as we say here. So I don't know. Yes, I'm chair dancing as well. You saw me bouncing. I was singing, but I muted my mic so nobody could actually hear it. Thankfully, you could only hear Jesse. But once in a while, we'll do a duet on American tradition. You got to tune in on INN Thursday nights. Sporadically now, we're trying to get it to about once a month. last Thursday every month. We're replacing this month with tonight, and we'll then be back for about our Thanksgiving show, about like the end of November.
That's true.
I'm guessing will be our next American Tradition episode. And yeah, man, we have also a ton of clip shows. So if you've missed any, we've done 65 episodes of American Tradition over the last 3 years.
Stop.
And Jesse's performed a ton of stuff live, covers, spoken word, original pieces. If you want to listen to any of those pieces, I've also edited them down into clip shows, which are also available on playlists on the INN channel. So there's more than enough Jesse Jett music for you to listen to, consume. It's on INNnewsletter.com. There's a podcast for it. So by all means, check that out and download and subscribe. What do you got, man?
Will everyone indulge me one more sad song? I haven't played this, but just a handful of times. Again, this is there's a demo of it I put on Twitter, but it's not out yet. It'll be on the next album that is slowly turning into my Chinese democracy. But it's gonna come out eventually.
The spaghetti incident.
This is another fairly personal song. This is called "Cut the Lights."
Why wouldn't I cry a little? War is on the rise, peace be little. War is in their eyes, chlorine in the skies. Some still try to hide inside the metal. So love, why wouldn't I cry a little? Darling, as I lie beside the river, could have split the sky. Yes, I'm so bitter. I told myself goodbye. Now, darling, who am I? I'm still surprised that I've not dried and withered. Now that time couldn't I? I've just cried a little. My mind, but I got the picture, set the script aside and solve for scripture. The story of our lives, we'll throw it to the times. Just promise you won't try to divine the riddle. Just sit with me while I cry a little. Nothing civil. All the greatest lies are something simple. The spirit comes to life, plea leaves people blind. If nature cut the lights, God, I'd forgive her. So the night I lost my mind, was I delivered? Of our lives, we'll throw it to the tides. Just promise you won't try to divine the riddle. Just sit with me while I cry a little.
And that is Cut the Lights.
Unmute. Unmute everyone. Let them talk. Hi. Okay. Cut the lights.
That was like so good. I've never heard that before. And I want to say a compliment, but I don't know if other people will hear it as a compliment. But from me, it is. You're like if James Blunt and Tracy Chapman had a baby.
I will take that as a compliment. Yeah, for sure.
That's definitely a compliment.
Okay. Well, because he sings about important things, and it's meant as a compliment, like a big one. Anyway.
I had a lady once come up at a gig and say that she thought I sounded like James Blunt. And I'm like, I pride myself on doing a good James Blunt impression. And I was like, once she said that, I was like, well, now it feels weird to do it because then maybe it won't sound any different to her. Maybe it already does, but I have to do it a minute of my James Blunt impression now. I can't not. I don't know any of his couple biggies, but what was the song? 1973, I think was the name of it. Anyways, here's a little bit of my James Blunt impression.
Simona, you're getting older. Your journey's been etched on your skin. Simona, wish I had known that what seems so strong has been and gone. I will call you up every Saturday night, and we both stay out till the morning light, and we sang, here we go again. And as time goes by, I will always be in a club with you in 1973, singing, here we go again.
And just think 30 minutes ago, we were doing Amendment 13. It is a shockingly short pipeline from the prison system song to James Blunt. But anything can happen on a live stream, folks.
Halo's phone keeps melting because she's doing this from her phone. Her PC wasn't working right. So she just dropped off, but she was cracking up when she heard that impression. Mouse said you sounded like Jim Croce, which I totally hear. Kieran, I didn't see what your request was. He said he had $100 for a request for a cover, but I didn't see what the request was. So
scrolling back.
What do you got, my man? Put that in there. Again, I see everyone out there in chat. Thank you for supporting this. Pepper just said that she was going to throw $20. She's over on Twitter right now. Here, this is so great. I will match a $20 donation. Tag me if you donate 20 so she'll match. That's amazing. Thank you, Pepper. Wow. We get anything from Kieran? Did I see it yet? No, nothing yet. You got to tell me what you want. Yes, you can get a request. You get a request. But yeah, dude, that was some pretty killer James Blunt stuff.
Thank you. Otherwise, I can just offer up like a multiple choice for covers if we want. I can show you something in an Amy Winehouse, Tragically Hip, Britney Spears.
You know, I haven't seen Adam Mayers, but I'm sure that she would be demanding Valerie if I know her.
Yeah, I can do that if there are no objections. Going once, going twice. Okay, sold, Valerie.
There are times when I go out by myself and look across the water, and I think of all the things you might be doing, and in my head I paint a dress. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you're lovely dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Now why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. So why don't you come on over, Valerie? You have to go to jail. Put your house out up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? Did you get yourself a tan? I hope you find yourself a man who'll fix it for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair, and are you busy? Did you finally pay that fine? You've been docking all the time. Are you still dizzy? Since I'm coming home and my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way your lovely dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. No, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Say, why don't you come on over, Valerie? And that is Valerie. Indy, I think you're still muted.
Okay, so Cookies is saying he's got $20 if you do Freebird. Play some Freebird, man. And then he also asked for Party in the USA, and I told him to go see the White House counselor.
Oh, man.
Mouse donated $20 to the GoFundMe, so Pepper for that. Thank you, Vicky. Appreciate you, love you. Appreciate everything you do there. Yeah.
Man, really got me up against the wall here, gang.
Cowboy Kitty also donated $50. For those who haven't heard about what's going on with Cowboy Kitty's sister-in-law, Natalia, she also has got a jail situation. She's in an ICE detention facility right now still and has been for months because of a routine traffic stop where they decided that they wanted to put her into the facility. And actually, Dissent and Bloom wrote an article about that too, which helped get a lot of people understanding and knowing about what was happening there. There's Halo. She's back. All right. So Kieran updated us that we're over 8,000 now on the GoFundMe. So thank you. Neilio Nostrum, thank you. Mikhail, $40. Really? That's great. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Party in the CIA. That's right.
Cookies very well may have been joking. And in any other instance, I would assume it as such. For my own benefit, if no one else's, but tonight I am taking that Freebird request as serious as a stroke.
I thought it was going to be Miley, but
no,
okay.
No, I do have a line. I was finishing up a gig the other night, and some people came in last minute, and one of them said, "Can you play some Oasis?" And I said, "Yes." And I played not Wonderwall, and the lady was visibly disappointed that I didn't play Wonderwall. I was like, you didn't ask for Wonderwall. Then her husband said, "Can you play some Billy Joel?" And they hand me $10. Sure, I play some Billy Joel. And I'm like, okay, time to go. Packing up, and a guy comes up and he hands me $5, and he goes, "Can you play Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen?" And I was like, man, $5 for my dignity seems a little bit of a low ball. Like, I have to say, I didn't think I had scruples there, but I think we just found them. I'm going to have to politely decline.
Oh, I thought you were going to go for it.
No. Now, little do you know, if he pulled out 10, I'd have No, I wasn't gonna butcher it. I wasn't gonna walk out of an otherwise solid gig on a at best B- cover of a song I can't stand. There's some songs I can like have fun hate playing, but that's it. Now someone's gonna I'm beholden tonight to do it. So now's your chance if you need to hear it. But first, Freebird.
It's like no stairway.
At least some of it. I'm not gonna make us
Denied.
sit through all of Freebird. I care about you all too much to do that. That's not it. It's gonna be touch and go.
If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? 'Cause I must be traveling on now. There's too many places I've got to see. If I stay here with you, girl, things just couldn't be the same. 'Cause I'm as free as a bird now, and this bird you cannot change. A sweet love. Oh, there's a feeling I can't change. Please don't take it so badly. Lord knows that I can't say. As free as a bird now, and this bird you cannot change, and this bird you cannot change, and this bird you cannot change.
Freebird.
Play some Skynyrd, man. That's what they always say, right? That makes me think of the movie Elizabethtown. And
talk about a great soundtrack. Mostly shins.
Oh my god, amazing. And Orlando Bloom and that whole like crazy family, and they set the bird on fire, and all of a sudden the whole ballroom is burning, and they're playing on stage because the band's getting back together. Dude, that, what a great scene. That just also always makes me think of that.
Dissent and Bloom said very seriously that Freebird is a funeral song. Tuesday's Gone is definitely on my funeral playlist. Like that's one of those songs, like no matter what, no matter where, if it comes on, I'm like, oh, I'm about to ugly cry, like in the middle of Target or wherever the hell.
Right? See, now that one, I think of Happy Gilmore instantly. Like, movies have conditioned us in some ways.
I will admit something here. I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan, and I've not seen most of what people would consider like his Mount Rushmore. And Happy Gilmore is one of those. I never saw Happy Gilmore, never saw Billy Madison. I saw Waterboy a long time ago and I blocked it out.
In the moment, they were funny.
I loved him in Click.
That's a good movie. I liked him in the Spanglish movie too. He was actually, that was like a serious acting role.
Oh, I don't even have to ask. Someone just said I have a request, and I know exactly what they want because their name, for God's sakes. All right, for those who don't know, this is the most heartfelt love song I've ever written in my life, and I wrote it when I was about
TBP. Okay.
12, which really says so much about my weight arc for the rest of my life.
Okay.
We have fun here.
There's nothing you could say, nothing you could that could ever make me falter from loving you. Twice baked potato with cheese and sour cream. Twice baked potato with bacon and chives. Your twice baked dream. When they brought you to the table, I could see it in the cheese. You were looking for that special someone, and I knew that someone was me. Twice baked potato with cheese and sour cream. Twice baked potato with bacon and chives. You're a twice baked dream. Oh, twice baked potato, I've never loved anyone as much as I love you. And you know something, sugar? These past 5 minutes that I've spent waiting for you to cool have been the best in my life. And I'll never forget you. Now the ring that's on my finger, though it's an old potato skin, still serves as a constant reminder of that twice baked love I was in. Twice baked potato with cheese and sour cream. Twice baked potato when bacon and chives. You're twice baked dream. I love you.
Some would say I peaked with that song.
Mastermind is saying he wishes that you would put that on Bandcamp.
I should one day. One day we'll have a B-sides and rarities. I don't know what else can I put that on, you know? Like,
well, I thought it was going to end up like a commercial in clandestine radio. That definitely could be a jingle for a potato
that very much
skin, you know?
Damn it, Indy. Okay, fine. You twisted my
I think it might have to make its way to an album, at least in some way. They would kind of be travesty not to. Yeah, Amber is saying that was fucking awesome. Shout out to Amber also, who did a ton of organizing and help support and making some creative and helping getting everything together for tonight. It was a big lift and a big effort, and again, I really appreciate it. Dissent in Bloom, you know, edited down that one-on-one that I did with Aspen and Halo from a couple of weeks ago, and took out all the ums and the uhs and the spaces, and that was a painstaking task on its own. So thank you for that. And again, just a big community effort, a team effort of everyone rallying to come together to help out for Aspen and for Halo. And because we all know that if we were in that spot, we'd want people to step up and do that for us. So that's what we do here.
I don't know if you saw Halo's getting booted every time she tries to hop back in.
Yeah, I've been trying to bring her back in, and her phone keeps getting her internet is kicking her out, and KB was getting throttled. You know, we've been seeing this actually the last couple of weeks. Data centers in general seem to be sucking up resources left, right, and sideways everywhere. Be that water pressure, be that spiking electricity bills. And I think that part of it also is draining our bandwidth. And that little by little, we're all absorbing the cost of AI in that way.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised.
I just had to spend $600 something on new computer parts because a power outage fried parts of my computer because of the data centers in Columbus. So
damn.
Right. So this is exactly what we're talking about. It's these ancillary kind of costs and secondary costs that don't, get recognized at first. And we all have to absorb them. And we're just dealing with it while things continue to go up cost-wise everywhere, while wages don't continue to rise, et cetera, et cetera. It's rough out there for everyone. So again, we really appreciate everyone reaching in between the cushions, and if you got a couple of bucks, get a surge protector for sure. I think that there might have even been a surge protector, but unless you use like Monster or one of these companies that guarantees their surge protector, it can blow the surge. But I actually have my computer equipment plugged into one of those Monster power conditioner things because I don't want to mess around with that. And it was an investment to do that, though, and not everyone can do that. I recognize. I wanted to mention, so Kieran did drop 100 and he did request a song. It was a Tracy Chapman song, and I starred it here so that I would not lose it. It's Talking About a Revolution. You know that one?
I don't know that one. No.
Bummer.
I'm not even familiar with it. I should look it up.
Yep. Okay. In the mood, if you're in the mood, I Will or Strawberry Fields. Charlie's asking for some Beatles.
Got it. Okay.
Who knows how long I've loved you? You know I love you still. Will I wait a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. For if I ever saw you and didn't catch your name, but now really matter, I will always feel the same. Love you forever,
Okay, Kieran came in with Imagine, which yes, we can. It's been many, many, many years, but yes, we can. And then I was going to see, Aspen, if there's anything you would like to hear non-original, like who are some of your favorite bands or artists? And we'll see if there's anything I can pull up from that realm. Let me see here.
Yeah, Bad Cookie's actually saying, Aspen, that you're the lady of the hour and that you should make a request too, for sure.
For sure.
So we started off with all my requests. that was the whole point.
Who are some of your favorite like bands or artists?
Oh, it's always so hard, right on the spot. I listen to more like heavy metal, so like I really like Sleep Token right now, like Era.
Okay.
Yeah, so I listen to stuff
I got
like
you.
that.
Oh man, I wish I am not up on Euclid, but I will do that next American Tradition. I can do Are You Really Okay?
Really?
That's the only Sleep Token I've got in the arsenal right now. But I love that
Still
song.
very impressive though. They're so talented.
They really are. Okay, let's do Imagine for Kieran. We'll do a little back-to-back John Lennon and Sleep Token.
And
look
of
at
course,
us being eclectic, right?
Anthony's asking for System because he heard heavy metal, so he immediately went to System.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Oof, this has been a while.
Imagine there is no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Of us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Oh, imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. Wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
And that is Imagine. Indy, you're muted.
Sorry, again muted so that you don't see the thing bouncing. But Aspen took a bit of a break. She'll be back in a second. Mouse is saying, "Oh my God, we got Imagine and Freebird on one show. Get out!" Like Stairway to Heaven next? Is that? Are we gonna go with every cliche?
I was gonna say that and Bohemian Rhapsody are off the table.
Right? Scroogle asking Creed.
Oh,
Creed would be an interesting one with arms wide open.
So can I?
Arms wide open.
Sadly I don't have any Creed under my belt. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can pull out. I did notice, and I wish I hadn't, because now I can't unhear it. But even though they're not in the same key, it's not similar. But when you listen to the intro to Read Between the Lines, the song version, not the spoken word version, I found myself expecting the drums from My Sacrifice to come in. There's that little guitar pause, and I was just hearing the and Creed drums coming in, and now I can't unhear that. Every time I try to do that song, hear it, whatever, I'm hearing the Creed drums, and then "Hello, my friend," get coming in, and it ruins it. I'm like in pieces. I can't even. So, anyways, that's a personal struggle I've been dealing with that song.
Monarch asked if you played any South Park. How does one play South Park?
I don't.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah,
that would be Les
ugly.
Claypool, maybe.
Oh God.
Amazing. So Pepper's roommate Jeffrey, thank you, $25 to the GoFundMe. Anybody want to match that?
Awesome.
That would be awesome. Thank you. Double cooked spud. You know, he's a twice baked potato. Come on, get it right. Get it right.
I don't know Enough Is Enough by Chumbawamba, OMB, and I wish I did. I'm unironically a tremendous Chumbawamba fan, but I'm not familiar with that song. And I wish I did give the Anarchist a cigarette. Chat. And all my Chumbawamba songs are sad ones. Like I love Words Can Save Us is one of my favorite songs of all time. The first time I heard that, I was mowing the lawn listening to that album, and I got to that song and like had to cut off the mower and just sit down and have a little cry on the front lawn, because that song is just a punch in the gut in the best way, but such a powerful song. I
asked him that, Vicky, does he play Jesse's Girl?
I don't. And you know what's funny?
I don't think he does.
You know who did for a long time? My dad, one of his bands, the rest of the band was like, we need to cover Jesse. This is, quintessential 80s song. My dad pushed hard against it. He was vetoed out. And anytime I was at their gig and he went to do that song, he would look at me and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Kate, for recording a video on behalf of Aspen, you certainly have earned a request also, if you've got anything that you want to hear. Chase Miller, good to see you, man. Thank you for all your help. Oh my God, they killed Kenny. You bastard! Chase and Aspen are actually friends. Chase lives near Aspen, and they're IRL friends. So good to see him here and step up and help out for Aspen. Was really cool. Billy Squier, Cynic.
Oh, that's been a hot second. I love that too.
Aspen's back. Halo's gonna give it another shot. Let's see. Maybe. I still don't see your camera. Oh. Bummer.
You know what? Let's swap. Actually, okay. Aspen is back. Let's do Sleep Token, and then we are gonna do Billy Squier. I'm just going to swap guitars to one that is tuned a little lower so as to not torture my cats. And I'm going to take a sip of water because my hand loves to cramp up into a little seized up claw during this song. All right. It's one of my favorite songs by Sleep Token. This is called Are You Really Okay?
Dark, caught you reading by the sunlight. You wandered from the path through the silence of the hillside. And don't you know, I could see it in you even then. And don't you know, I was trying to hold back the darkness. And are you really okay? And are you really okay? You woke me up one night, dripping crimson on the carpet. I saw it in your eyes, cutting deeper than the scars could run. Don't you know, I could see it in you even now. And don't you know, I want to help you, but I don't know. And are you really okay? And are you really okay? And I cannot fix your wounds this time, but I can't believe you when you tell me you are fine. And are you? Please don't hurt yourself again. Just please don't hurt yourself again.
Damn. All right.
I'm doing a triple take. I just saw the name Don't Die Cindy, and I haven't thought of that band in so long. How do you know Don't Die Cindy? So Don't Die Cindy was a band from my hometown where I grew up in Panama City. and I played a few shows with them, and actually there was a little dive bar called Cleo's that I played at for a while, and one night I ran into their guitarist and bassist there, and we hung out and kind of did an exchange of music we were listening to at the time. I introduced them to Fair to Midland, and they introduced me to The Alchemy Index by Thrice, which is one of my favorite concept albums ever. But I've never... Like, that was the first local band that, like, you could go to Target and buy their CD. Like, they got big in our little, indie emo scene in early 2000s Panama City. But I have not seen them name dropped since I was like 14. So that's astounding. I wish I knew one of their songs, but next American Tradition, I will totally get you. I used to love Unclothed and Honest by them. Just phenomenal band.
Jacqueline,
yeah.
Panama City's in Florida.
Yep, Northwest Florida, right in the taint of the state, close to Alabama. So dangerously close to Alabama.
Dangerously close, yes. Kate says, "How about some Queen?"
Ooh, oh man.
Freddie's tough.
Okay, hang on. Can I find the chords for this? Is a good question.
The Claw? What about the Claw? I don't know what the Claw is, Mouse. Oh, Jacqueline, you're thinking of Disturbed, David Draymond, yuck. Okay, yeah, we're not going to talk about him.
Okay.
Cookies, I'm not putting that one up. The Two Live Crew song, I'm not putting up. He does this every tribute show, every covers show.
Okay, I've never played this, but this is my favorite Queen song by a long shot. It might not be the Queen song you wanted, but by God, it's What's for Dinner.
Love of my life, you've hurt me. You've broken my heart, and now you leave me. Love of my life, can't you see? Bring it back, bring it back. Don't take it away from me, because you don't know what it means to me. Love of my life, don't leave me. You've taken my love and now desert me. Love of my life, can you see? Bring it back, bring it back. Don't take it away from me, because you don't know what it means to me. You remember when this is blown over and everything's all by the way. When I grow older, I will be there at your side to remind you how I still love you. Bring it back, bring it back.
Once the Love of My Life by Queen. At least a reasonable facsimile thereof.
Kate said that was her favorite too, so you picked a winner there.
All right.
Good shot, man. Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds beautiful. Freddie would be proud.
I hate to interrupt, but I'm so appreciative of everybody that has. This is a big deal. You guys have been amazing, and Jesse, your voice is angelic. I don't think you're of this world at all. Like, you deserve to be so much more famous than other people I see singing. But I am. It's 10 here, and I am not a late night person. And I just wanted to say I love you all so much, and I was gonna kind of get off here and do the reel from 3 hours in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Sure.
But thank you so much, and I'm gonna try to stay. I'm gonna log in on something else and watch.
Cool.
And maybe if I can get the chat to work for me, which I don't know how to do that. But I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. And we're not
That's
done
our
by a long
pleasure.
shot. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, just check it out on YouTube, or you can watch on Substack too. There's people watching on IndieMediaToday.com, and there's people watching at DissentInBloom.substack.com. She's carrying this live, and there's people chatting over there and watching. Thank you to everybody watching over there. A couple of 100 people have checked in tonight already. Thank you, really. It's amazing.
Yeah, this has been amazing.
We see that the GoFundMe is up over 8,000 now, almost 8,500. So wow, keep going, everybody. Thank you, everyone. There is the GoFundMe for Aspen. Thank you to Amber from Roar for reminding me to put that up, and to remind everyone, yeah, the link is pinned, I believe, in the chats on YouTube and on Rumble, as well as on Kick. We're actually live on Kick, even though I don't know if anybody's there, but we're live there. So check us out over on kick.com/Indie News Network. Yeah, so Aspen, we understand. Have a great night. Again, we're with you, Kit from Hard Lens. I talked to him this morning, and he passes along his best wishes and his love, and he said we're all going to be here with you, not just today, but throughout this whole thing. So whatever you need, you and your mom just reach out, and there's going to be an army of people waiting, running for you. So have a good night.
See that now.
Have a good night, and we'll see you soon. All right, Jesse. What do we got, my man?
That is a good question. The only request I've seen in chat was hot, unless that was just a comment, which I will also take. I did take off my sweater, so maybe that's what we're talking about.
Well,
that's right, folks. An article
you show
of
the
clothing has been
guns
removed.
and
I was about to say
the gun show now. Again, I'm not gonna request the cookies one, the 2 Live Crew, but he'll throw the. I'm sure you know what it is. He's just trying to get Jesse to laugh. All right.
Oh, Billy Squier. That's what we were gonna do. Yes.
That's right. We're gonna do Everybody Wants You. I think Everybody Wants You.
You got it.
GoFundMe works for me. Go start. I'm donating to Shanda there. No problem. Yep. GoFundMe's great. I don't know much Billy Squier. Stroke, yeah.
All right.
Stroke.
This has been a while. I think the last time I did this was the first covers episode we did of American Tradition. So it's been a while. Ooh, we're gonna tune this bad boy up. That's right, it's the last guitar, not the current guitar.
Blanket and jammies are acceptable, guys. It's all right. It's all good, man. It's all good. And if she falls asleep, we can turn the camera off too. We don't need to go there, but everybody get comfy.
All right. Here we go.
Strong on pretension, they fall for you at first sight. You know their business, yeah, you think it's a bore. They make you restless, it's nothing you ain't seen before. You get around town, spend your time on the run. Say you do it for fun. You never miss a play, but you make quite a few. You give it all away. Everybody wants you. You crave attention, you can never say no. Throw your affections anyway the wind blows. Top of the scene, you sell the copy like the cover of a magazine. You put it on the eyes till there's nobody else. You never realize what you do to yourself. The things that they could see will make the daily review. You never get free. Everybody wants you. Everybody knows you. Everybody snows you. Oh, everybody needs you, leads you, bleeds you. Nights of confusing and impossible dreams. Days at the mirror, patching up around the seams. You got your glory, yeah, you pay for it all. You take your pension in loneliness and alcohol. Goodbye to conventional ways. You can't escape the hours, you lose track of the days. You only understand it seem the more like you do. You never get away. When everybody wants you.
Billy Squier.
80s, man.
When I was a kid, it was very hard to convince me that was not Robert Plant just doing a side project. I was like, wait, this is a whole other person?
Same.
The first time I heard Lonely is the Night, and he went, lonely, lonely, lonely. I'm like, no.
Seriously?
I know this man. I'm sorry.
That's Zeppelin. Come on. That you know, like they've done, there have been, you know, artists that have performed under pseudonyms and
for sure
kind of hell did famously kind of. Oh, I mean, yeah, we've seen the same thing. What happened?
Yeah.
What out?
Chris Gaines.
Oh my God, where are the bodies, Garth? Right? Like, I can't even, oh my God. So horrible. We were doing a story last week and again Sunday night about Israel returning mutilated bodies to Palestinians, and all I could think was YMH and where are the bodies, Garth? And it's the most horrible thing. Thanks, Reef, for putting that in my head. Because now that story, the story goes is that the YMH, the Your Mom's House group, they kind of put out this fake rumor that Garth Brooks was a serial killer. And so everywhere they went, like everywhere he went on tour, people harass him and ask him where are the bodies, like the bodies that he's storing because he's a serial killer. It's a really messed up troll. Anyway.
I also feel like I think Jacqueline needed to make sure there's a pants check, and yes, we have pants, folks. We are fully pants.
Okay.
So before anyone jumps to any conclusions.
Yes, Dissent doesn't.
Now that said, if the GoFundMe breaks
that...
10K tonight, I will go pants.
Oh, hey now. Now we're going OnlyFans. There we go.
That's right.
Mastermind actually liked that Chris Gaines album. Okay, I guess. Sure.
Only $1,334 stands between you and knowing that I don't have jeans on while you still can't see anything different.
Something like that.
So if it's worth that to you.
We did Tom Petty last time. Hey, so you heard? Did you hear this one? Rush is going back on tour with a new drummer.
I did hear that.
I don't know how I feel about that. And it's what's really like, funny is that
I want Dad to be happy, but you're not my mom. You know, it's just such a weird
right? And it's like sure, but at the same time, like some of the Rush heads I know, like they're so desperate for anything. They're like running to buy tickets for this. And it's like I don't know, man. They've been off for a while. Like I'm sure it's gonna sound good, but I don't know, man. I don't know what you still got. I know you got a massive library.
That's better.
Library, massive library. Get your heads out of the gutter, everyone.
OMB, Tom Petty. I can do Tom Petty. We can Petty.
Let's
get
nice.
Petty. Sorry. Oh God.
Dad jokes. We got dad jokes here, folks. It is very quickly
degenerating into an episode of American Tradition, and I don't think that's what people came here for.
Well,
not with everything that entails.
I did advertise that. So
let's get back to something inherently non-sexual, and that is the music of Mr. Thomas Petty.
Thank you.
Unless I make this the sexiest Tom Petty cover anyone's ever done. No, don't worry. That's not happening.
You better watch what you say. You better watch what you do to me. Don't get carried away. Or if you can do better than me, but remember, good love is hard to find. Good love is hard to find. You got lucky, babe. You got lucky, babe. When I found you. When I found you. If I don't take when I found you. When I found you. When I found you.
Tom Petty. I know Trey also is a massive Tom Petty fan.
Yeah.
And he also was instrumental in sharing, and he wrote a really heartfelt Facebook post about
that was beautiful,
about Aspen and how it just watching the interview with us made him cry, and it got to me. And he's actually going to go see Paul McCartney this week, so I'm like so happy for him, because I know that's one of his dreams. So by all means, man, go do that and live it up. Yeah, what an amazing group of people here. Thank you to everyone. We're up to again almost $8,500, and when Dissent started writing this article, when she wrote this article, we were at I think $1,750. So we're talking close to $7,000 in the last month that's been added to help fund the discovery and the experts and all of the things that are going to be needed. This is a great first step, and thank you to everyone stepping up to do that.
Yeah, Dissent, your article was phenomenal. Seriously, all of your work is tremendous, but that especially was profound. It really was. So. Let's see.
All right. I wanted to do.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Well, I default to the Tragically Hip if nobody has any
complaints. You're the guy with the guitar in your hands. I don't think that any of us really has a choice, pal.
That I am. It's true. This is one of my favorite songs, really, ever. I've gotten really, really into the Tragically Hip lately. It's so good. Oh, that's right. System of a Down. I'm sorry. Hang on. I failed you.
Oh, man, we're going to amp things back up real quick. Wake up. Grandma should put a little makeup.
Okay.
Baby Shark. Well, you know, cookies, dude.
I taught my son how to play pool last week, and he's really good at it. And so I started calling him Baby Shark. Oh, thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Kate.
Kate,
you're awesome
seriously.
too.
It was so nice to like
get some rest.
Just meet you, but to meet you, to like play for you and be, yeah, it's awesome. Seriously.
See your video. That was really nice of you to do for Aspen.
Okay.
Which at UK wants Unforgiven. We've done that before during Sustalica.
Oh yeah, that's been a hot second.
That was a fucking killer night when we did that one. System.
It's still a little wonky. All right. Here's the tamest System of a Down song I can pull out when it's this close to midnight in my household, so I don't wake the boy. All right, according to this now.
we are the ones that wanna play. Always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. And we are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose. In the sky, when you lose small mind, you free your life. Life is a waterfall. We drink from the river, then we turn around and put up our walls. Swimming through the void, we hear the words. We lose ourselves, but we find it all. You never wanna stay. And we are the ones that wanna choose. Always wanna play, but you never wanna lose. UK80, you are absolutely getting crash test dummies. Want to talk about somebody I do a rock solid impression of, if I may say so myself. And yes, I'm not going to do it and not do the impression.
What are we getting?
Crash test dummies.
Oh, again, this reminds me of the Valentine's Day. So then, oh, come on. He yelled at, actually, that was the last time I ever clipped a show and did individual singles, because I was going to make a single of the and he yelled at me because he saw it.
I did, that's right.
And he's like, we don't need to cut every single song into the single, you know? Like, okay.
Oh, man. All right.
Go start Everlast, What It's Like. Get the hip.
All right. We won't know the whole thing, but we're at least gonna do enough of it.
All right, I'm being paged by the missus, so I think this might be our last one for the night.
Oh, we can't end on that, Indy.
Oh no, it's nothing bad. It's just that, you know, I've been kind of gone for the night, and it's like we haven't seen you all day, so
right.
Fair. See? This is what I mean.
now that I know it's the last one, I'm like, maybe we should end on a slightly more serious note. And I'll open the next American tradition with mm-mm-mm.
Oh, that's funny.
Tell you what, let's end on something we close out a lot of things with. And I'll go ahead and dedicate this one to Kit for sharing so much and for having you on to help promote this. Shame he couldn't be here tonight, but Kit has really been instrumental in this song being the only one of mine to clear the 1,000 stream mark on Spotify, and holding strong as my top track. So from the album Everyone Who Disagrees With You Is an Extremist, this is a little ditty called Depop Culture. Been long enough I've forgotten the opening chord. There we go. There's no G.
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make. God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, you say I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make. God, it's so hard to say. And when they told you everything was safe, you were safe. Oh, you were safe. Fresh off the masses, the brand new cancerous growth, who has come here to vie for your vote. Come here to cry at the camps and to mourn at the shore for the bodies that float by the wreck of an immigrant boat. Then it's back to their luxury home, couple security booths and a moat, couple cigars and less cargo, little booze and a soap. So they just breathe in the steam and the smoke. They got pink salt, lavender, candles are low. Well shit, when you do what you do, gotta lighten the load. And he got a life of his own, it's a sight to behold. It's a lot to control, to decipher the code or to siphon the soul. See, the cost of a good night's sleep for the working elite is a bargain no matter the toll. It's worth any wager, and that comes straight from the mouth of the means to the goal that will swallow us whole. That's right for the picking if you don't mind mold, and you know I don't. Maybe we're pleasantly prone, maybe we're taking a licking, compliantly ticking and ticking and ticking, but never explode. Well, I don't deliver the prettiest image, but damn if it isn't an accurate vision of a natural fission of rage at the system and abject heartbreak, patiently waiting for any who will listen. See, that little bluebird who is watching your words is a federal carrier pigeon. That's a Langley first. It's a patient observer who hears what it wants and trained for the worst. Oh, you got nothing to hide. They'll be the ones to decide that after they root through your purse, after they read all your texts, after they raid your apartment and confiscate all of its contents, then conjure up evidence out of the air on a wing and a prayer and malicious intelligence nonsense. Any presumption of innocence long since gone. right along with your comforts and constants. Historically, first they'll come for the communists. So why in the fuck would I say I'm a communist? Well, it might be I love my community more than the monsters of opulence who are holding us hostage, who are vomiting promises. Might be I'm all done seeing our pensions and benefits harvested. Might be I'm all done watching the populace being disarmed in the guise of an armistice. Watching a woman collapse on the floor who will rise no more, get wheeled out the door, and you're next in line for the pharmacist. Shit, if you could get me to vote, it's a hard no confidence. But part of the charm and deception is politics wearing the mask of incompetence. See, it's all in the art of austerity, darling, it's all in the slide of the providence. Till home is as wide as your cubicle height, and only as deep as your coffin is. Maybe I'm miles away from impatience, aching to break off the head of the snake where the capital lust, reptile brain, and margin of profit is. Like, off with his! Like, off with his! Guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? And that is Depop culture.
That is Depop culture. All right, everyone. I have one more like short, it's about 6-minute video that from the one-on-one. Some of it's repeat, but a lot of it is different. Talking specifically about what Aspen was going through in the Georgia prisons and what was going on there. I figure I'll run that and then we'll take that out and say goodnight to everyone. But Dissent, thank you for everything, for hanging out. Plug Substack, TikTok, YouTube. Tell them where to find you.
Honestly, you're better off just going to my link tree, which is located in my Substack, which you can get to at dissentandbloom.substack.com. That's DISSENTINDLOOM.substack.com.
Yep. Cool. And she publishes there a couple times a week. You'll get articles. She's going to be doing more live streams, hopefully with YouTube, with Substack, and also upload some videos once in a while. So subscribe to that. It's fast growing and really well written articles. Appreciate all of your help. Thank you. And then Mr. Jesse Jett, we know where to find you, but for those who don't, who just learned about you tonight for the first time, tell them where they can find all of your music, sir.
Everything is on my Bandcamp, jessejett.bandcamp.com. All my albums on there are free to download. Everything is on there. Everything but the Geiger Age is on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all the streaming, everything. But again, if you want it all for free, Bandcamp is the place, and it's got all the lyrics and everything there as well. Really, my only main social media is Twitter, and I'm there infrequently lately. And then on Instagram as well as Lockheed Martin OnlyFans.
How many of you sub to the Lockheed Martin OnlyFans? That's a callback to what is that? Inauguration gift, or is that from the virus? I don't even remember.
Oh, that's from Lockheed Martin OnlyFans.
Right. No, I just meant the album that it was on. But
that is the end of Inauguration Gift.
Nice.
My God, that's 5 years old.
Oh my God. Much love to Halo and Aspen. Again, justice for Aspen. That's what we're all here for. Just as a reminder, that's the wallpaper behind us is that, and thank you to everyone that contributed to the GoFundMe tonight.
Seriously, everyone.
Again, we're up to almost 8,500. Kieran and Charlie Mack and Amber, and again, everyone, thank you so much. This has just been huge. The fight continues beyond today. This was a great night and really appreciate it. and maybe we'll have to come back once we have some more news about what's going to happen. We'll bring them back. We'll give people some updates and let them know where we're at, and so they can continue to help. So thank you to everyone again. linktr.ee/justice4 Aspen. You see it. It's been in the scrolling ticker all night long. That's the place to go. Search #justice4 Aspen on Twitter, and you'll find a mountain of posts that will tell you exactly what's going on, where you can support, and where you can donate. So again, thank you so much to everyone for hanging out tonight. Stick with us, because again, I'm going to have this other video, and then we'll cut out of here. So thanks again. Have a good night, everyone.
Who are these people?
And I saw them stop on the side of the highway, and I panicked and started calling her phone because I thought there was an accident. Why would, and no answer. And she's always, she don't ever not answer the phone. And saw the RV moving, and it went to a towing place or whatever. And so I called the towing place thinking, oh my God, there was an accident, and they had, you know what I mean? That's what you would
right, not an impound lot, right?
Criminal stuff, yeah. And the woman was like, no, the police brought it in. And I was like, oh my God. So I called, she gave me the number of the police station. I called there, and they're like, she was taken to the hospital. So then I'm freaking out. Called the hospital, and a police officer got on the phone and was like, she's in a lot of trouble. She's guilty of, we're charging her with multiple felonies. And I'm thinking, Aspen? The police made my daughter pull down her pants and pee on the side of the highway. This is in Peach County, Georgia, on the side of US 75.
I don't know. I don't put myself in those kind of situations to get in trouble.
And she's almost always with somebody that our family trusts, because intelligent as she is, she socially does not, if somebody smiles at her, she thinks they're her friend. The mother of Hannah called up to the jail and gave her number
as my next of kin.
Yeah.
And I had only met this woman maybe twice.
When I called, they wouldn't give me any information because I wasn't listed as her next of kin. It was a whole thing. It took her lawyer, filing some sort of motion or whatever to get the nurse to even speak with me. She wouldn't let Aspen sign a HIPAA thing so that I could speak with her. We had to have the lawyer do that. They didn't return her ID when she was able to be released, her license, because the cop that arrested her had taken it home with him.
We weren't even allowed outside at all. It was so cold, and that's why I brought up the pernicious anemia thing. If I get too cold, my legs will start to go numb.
And then she can't even walk,
and then I can't walk
at all. And then she had diarrhea in a cell where they had run out of toilet paper.
Yeah, and for days, they ran out of pads. Almost all of the girls in there happened to just be gross and feel icky because they don't have proper toiletries and stuff. The shower water was so hot that it cooked ramen. That's how hot it was. It was physically can't stand under it for more than 5 seconds without actually getting hurt.
When I talked to the lawyer about it, he said it's the sheriff's little fiefdom and he does whatever he wants. And then there's the race issue, which I wasn't aware of how bad things were in southern Georgia, but they literally segregated everybody in that jail.
If you go to Georgia and feel like you time travel, I got my shower taken away because I came out in my long johns,
into the common area.
Yeah, to go to the shower, and you have to be wearing your
orange thing. They made it where when Aspen received her phone call, she had to call Tyler's girlfriend's mom.
I didn't even get to have my mom.
If it weren't for me having, a location sharing app, I wouldn't have known. One of her cellmates in the jail was clearly mentally.
She didn't even really understand what she was saying. We're talking the mental capacity of maybe a 7 or 8 year old, which she was in there for stealing from Kroger. She's been in there for months, been moved all around to different jails and stuff. She literally stole $20 worth of stuff from Kroger, and she's sitting in jail for months and months.
When she got out, her biggest concern was that little girl she was just talking about that's mentally disabled. That was her biggest concern. And I was shocked at that because I thought, well, you know, with autism, nobody autistic ever gets a pass. It doesn't look like anything or whatever. But somebody who's genuinely like, you know, 7, 8 years old in their mind being in the jail, that floored me. Autists do not fare well in our penal system.
No.
There are some studies that say that the rate of diagnosed autistics in our prison system in the United States is as high as 18% of our prison population. You know, cops ask a question and want an answer immediately or whatever. The average autistic, it needs at least 6 seconds to start processing a question. Very few states even have any sort of training to deal with mentally disabled or autistic people specifically. It's not something that's required federally, part of any training. It's a very overlooked problem. I wasn't aware of it until it started happening to my own kids. Studies show that usually when autistics are in the penal system, they're actually the victims, not perpetrators. I would consider Aspen definitely a victim in this situation.
Well, a victim in multiple ways.
This isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want?